Good evening, everyone. Uh, I welcome you all on webinar on cryptocurrency taxation and opportunities for chartered accountants. We are having with us CA Charanjot Singh Nandaji for keynote session and Jayanivasji for special address and Gaurav Gupta ji Kurukshetra branch chairman for opening remarks. And we are having two speakers with us, Pranay Chauhan ji and Tarun Modi ji. Now I request over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Parvinder ji. Good evening, everyone. I see Gaurav Kumar Gupta on behalf of Kurukshetra branch of NIRC of ICI. Welcomes you all in the CP webinar on the cryptocurrency taxation and opportunity for the chartered accountants. It's a great privilege for me to giving the opening remarks in such a great event, and I am thankful to all who have joined us today as we are talking about the cryptocurrency and how CS can leverage this opportunity. Uh, uh, you will leave with a great joy of learning the new cryptocurrency concept at the end of the session. I hope so, and to make sure, ensuring you that our speaker will be helping you as the best they can do on the cryptocurrency. And we have a chat box source in our webinar to address your queries. So you are requested to feel free to drop the questions on the topic. And today we have our chairman of the DAB, C. Charanjot Singh Nandaji with us, and vice chairman C. Dayanivasji. And our speaker for today are Pranay Singh Chauhan ji and Tarun Modi ji. And Parvinder ji will be moderating the webcast. So once again, I'm very thankful to you on joining joining the webcast. And I hope you will enjoy and learn a lot of things from the webcast. Thank you, Parvinder ji.
Thank you, Gauravji. Uh, Now I would like to call P.A. Charanjot Singh Nandaji, Central Council Member 25th Council of ICI and Chairman Digital Accounting and Assurance Board, Internal Audit Standard Board, and Committee on Information Technology of South Asian Federation of Accountants, Vice Chairman for Banking, Financial Service and Insurance Committee of ICI. Now, sir, please.
So, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am truly honored to be here amongst you. Thanks a lot, Parvinder, for giving such a wide introduction. I am thankful to the Kurukshetra branch led by Mr. Gaurav Gupta as the chairman and two of the co-speakers, Mr. Pranay Chauhan and Tarun Modiji, who would drive us through all nuances of cryptocurrency taxation and opportunity for chartered accountants. Ladies and gentlemen, you are well aware that the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India was set up an act of parliament way back on 1st July 1949, when the most important document to the democracy, the constitution, was not adopted. The pertinent question that arises is what prompted the Constituent Assembly to set up an Institute of Chartered Accountants of India when its own democratic setup was not there? The answer is very candid, very simple, very forthcoming. They were looking for a disciplined band of soldiers to steer this country out of confusion. Ladies and gentlemen, the entire institute and all constituent members are working towards realization of this objective. Please understand, cryptocurrency had lot of glamorous propositions. People understood that, did not understand, wanted to make investments, created lot of funds. Some ultimately discovered that there were large frauds. But ultimately, what we bring home is that we need to create education on cryptocurrencies. We need to make people understand how cryptocurrency has to be made clear. We need to understand the legal aspects. We need to understand the genuinity aspects. We need to understand, very importantly, the taxation aspects, because now there is a different taxation aspect for virtual assets. So for that, the board thought it fit to hold a seminar where two experts were called who could take you through the entire initiative, opportunities, as well as taxation of their virtual assets. Not taking much of your time, I am traveling and it's beautiful weather in Delhi. It's raining cats and dogs. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this great seminar and hope that you will go home more enlightened, putting at rest all your doubts. And I wish all success to this seminar. Thanks. Thank you so much. Over to Mr. Parvinder.
Thank you, Nandaji. Now, going to first session, cryptocurrency concept. I would like to call our first speaker, Pranay Singh Chauhan ji. Before, sir, I would like to give his small introduction. Sir is Bachelor in Engineering, Information Technology and Master in Engineering in Information Technology with specialization in Information Security, pursuing PhD Cloud Security. He is professional with 10 plus experience, 10 plus years of experience in academic, corporate training and research development. At present, working as corporate trainer, consultant and visiting faculty. He finished Master of Engineering with distinction in Information Technology, IET Indore. Earlier did engineering in information technology. He is certified network security associate NFC 1 and NFC 2, certified CNSS, certified ISMS ISO 27001-2013 lead auditor, certified digital forensics professional from Charles Sturt University, certified foundation of operational Zing, certified courses on blockchain, Ethereum, BTC, BNB, DEFI, and financial fraud in crypto assets. Completed courses in risk management and incident response. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. First of all, thank you for inviting me for this particular session, sir. And I hope you all are doing well. So, good evening, one and all. And thank you for joining this session and spending your valuable time with us. I hope you all are doing well and keeping yourself safe and healthy through this challenging time. So, moving further, let me share my screen. Just a minute. So basically today I will cover basically the concepts of about the cryptocurrencies. Right? How much the main key concepts are there, which are there in the crypto we can say industry. So first of all, let me go for disclaimer first because this document in this we can say it may be controversial. This document is only for educational, only for we can say awareness purpose, and only for your research purpose. So neither the author of this material means me nor anyone else affiliated in any way is liable for your action. And we have taken the content from various research paper, we can say from multiple reports, including reports from multiple agencies, from our fintech companies, and you can say all over the globe. So we do not escape any liability for any loss or damage whatsoever caused in reliance upon such information or services. So please be aware of the risk involved in doing any kind of trading, trading done in the any crypto financial market. So let me move further. So first of all, I'm not expert. I'm just a learner, learning new things in the we can say crypto ecosystem because it's quite emerging technology. So I'm just a learner learning new things in this crypto ecosystem. So the agenda which I will cover today basically, first of all, I will cover all about the changing ecosystem, that how ecosystem is being changing. Then I will cover about the basics of the cryptocurrencies, means you can say the introduction of the cryptocurrencies. Then I will jump into the types of cryptocurrencies. Then we will move into the concept of cryptocurrencies. And then last, I will just show you about the multiple simulations which are there in the you can say crypto market. So first of all, the need of topic, that why should we go for this topic? What's the need of this topic? Why should we cover this topic? Okay. So as rightly said by the Bhagwan Shri Krishna, we can say Shri Krishna that परिवर्तन ही संसार का नियम है. Change is the rule of nature. As said by Shri Krishna that परिवर्तन ही संसार का नियम है. Change is the rule of nature. Earlier we used to use this television for watching movies, okay, for watching news and all. But now rarely people use this television. What we do, we have jumped into the YouTube. People, we can say youth basically use the YouTube for watching videos, for watching news and for their entertainment. Then earlier we used to have this kind of we can say cassettes. Now nobody use these cassettes for listening music. What they do, they go on the Spotify or they go they can say they go on such kind of applications for listening music. Then earlier we used to use this VCR kind of system for watching we can say movies and all. But now nobody use this VCR. We have jumped into the Netflix or other kind of OTT platforms. Then Earlier, we used to use this photo albums for all your memories, for all your photographs. But now, rarely people use this. We can say photo albums. What they do, they go on Instagram, they go on Facebook, and then they post their photographs on this kind of applications. Then earlier we used to have this typewriter for we can say typing all your we can say content and data and drafts. But now rarely people use these typewriters. What we do, we go on the MS Word, we use the MS Office for doing all such kind of applications. Then earlier we used to have this book system. If you want to read anything, if you want to go for any content, what we do, we will go on the book and we will search for the content. But now rarely people use this we can say books. What they do, they will go on Google, they will just go on Wikipedia, and they will search for content. In the same manner, for job listing, for job profiles, what they do, now nobody use this classifieds in the newspaper. Rarely people do this can say they will go for this newspaper and classifieds. What they do, they go on basically on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a platform where they can find all the job listing is there, not only locally market, global market. So basically we can say in short that the things are getting is evolving, time is been changing. In the same manner also for money system, earlier we have started with the barter system. The concept was known as barter concept. Then the things change, then we move on the physical objects. For exchanging the system, we have gone on the physical objects. Then paper money, cash money. Now, usually people now we can say in India, I was looking at a report that a report of NPCI that India is leading. We can say in this kind of we can say concept for doing the online transactions. So now, rarely people refer this kind of we can say physical monies, paper money. Then time changes and then gold. The main was the gold. Then from gold to credit cards. Then after credit cards, time jumps into we can jump into the e-monies. So e-monies was a concept we can say where all the we can say the tokens were there and through which a person can transfer all their transactions on the social media websites plus on the e-commerce website. But from 2008, you can say 2009, now the new concept is there which is called cryptocurrencies. So you can say it's a kind of new evolution of money, and you can say now the new concept is known as cryptocurrency. Clear? So everything is replaceable. So sir and ma'am, things are replaceable. I had shown you now that things are replaceable, and technology is playing an important role in replacing all these components. They are replacing, we can say, each and everything. And in fact, technology is also going to replace the complete entire ecosystem of internet. So many projects are there which are, we can say, incoming, and they are part of Web 3.0, a new ecosystem. In fact, they are also trying to create a new universe, and that universe is known as metaverse, a virtual universe where you can buy a property, where you can buy a home in, we can say, the kind of internet. So especially after this COVID era, we can say there's a drastic increase in this kind of we can say evolution, the tech revolution we can say. So things are replaceable. So that's why now the things are replaceable, and now the time is to replace also the we can say the physical money and also that e-money, and that particular concept is known as you can say cryptocurrency. Now the term itself crypto means secret. The word come from the we can say it's a Greek word. It's a Greek word which means secret. Crypto means secret, a secret currency. Okay. So now let me jump for the history first. Then I will show you all the concepts which are there in this crypto ecosystem. Okay. So let me go for the history first. And meanwhile, if you have any doubt or any question, you can post your questions into the chat box. Okay. So basically, all these things was started in 1991 when the Stuart Haber and W. Scott. What they have done, they have given a concept known as secure chain of blocks. Means a complete a block where all the things will be there in terms of we can say a secure chain. Means things will be there in terms of the we can say secure chain. Okay. Then in 1998, when we can say computer scientist or a developer known as Nick, what he has given a concept of bit gold. The concept was known as bit gold. We can say bits based on the gold. Okay, and that was we can say decentralized digital currency. So this concept was given in 1998. Then after 2 years, a new person known as Stephen, what he has given a concept, a theory based on the cryptographic secure chain. Means how we can maintain the secret chains and how we can implement the secure chains through which we can transfer all our transactions. So that was given in 2000. But in 2008, a pseudonymous person, or we can say a group of person, because nobody knows this person. So that person is known as Satoshi Nakamoto. What he has given, or we can say what they have done, because nobody knows about either they are a single person or they are a group of person. So what they have given, they have given a concept known as Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. A white paper was published in 2008, and I think the date was 31st of October 2008. So the idea was what, to implement a kind of new ecosystem where things will be in the form of peer-to-peer system, and that particular paper was known as Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So this idea was proposed in 2008, and the date was 31st of October. And as per this idea, they have implemented the concept of the Bitcoin. So we can say the Bitcoin is, we can say, the initial currency, or we can say the main currency about among all the cryptocurrencies. Clear? So basically, how it started. So you all know about that crisis were there in 2008. It was, we can say, a big, we can say, financial crisis was there in 2008, and it was a great recession. Whereas we can say multiple times, we can say a big, or we can say it was a great recession was there in 2008. Okay, so at that time, basically, a concept was proposed, a paper was introduced, and this was the paper. So if you want to go for this paper, what you can do, just go on Google and search for this one, this article known as Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Just Google it. You will find a PDF file is there. So basically, this is the main paper, or the main concept, main article given on the cryptocurrency. And this was the initial one, because Bitcoin is, we can say, initial currency, initial coin. Okay. So this was given by the Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay. So this paper cover, you can say, this paper contains all the entire, we can say, about the Bitcoin. If you want to learn about the Bitcoin, about the, we can say, concept of Bitcoin, I will highly recommend you to go on this article and just download this article and go for it. You will find that all the things are there in this entire article. Okay, you can see the entire article there. It contains multiple things. Okay, all about transactions, that how the Bitcoin will move from one wallet to different wallet. Okay, how the owners will holding the currencies. So I will say that, we can say, this paper contains the entire thing, all about the, we can say, time stamping, and multiple things are there. Just go and read about this article, and you will find that it covered all the detailed explanation. Okay, so because of time constraint, okay, we do have only about 90 minutes, so I'm just giving you the brief overview about this concept of cryptocurrency. Okay, so if you want to go into detail learning, just download this article from Google. Okay, the name of article itself is Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, and just go for it, and you will find all the detailed things are there in this particular research paper. So this was the first paper, I will say. It was introduced in on 2008, and after this paper, so many, we can say, ideas were implemented. And today, if I talk about the number of cryptocurrencies, so there are more than 20,000 currencies are there. If I talk about the today, it's the 29th of July. So today, more than 20,000 currencies are there. Multiple coins are there which are being trending, or can say, on the this crypto ecosystem. So basically, what's the main idea behind this Bitcoin? So first I will cover about the Bitcoin, then we will jump into the other coins. Okay. So the main idea was to solve something kind of an issue, because this paper na, paper on Bitcoin, peer-to-peer cash system na, what they have done, basically, they have given the concept of the issue of double spending. Now what they have given, told in the paper na, that Bitcoin can solve the problem of double spending, because I have shown you na in the graph also that before that cryptocurrency, e-money was there. E-money was there, and the major constraint with the e-money was problem of double spending. Now what is the problem of double spending? Suppose, please check this picture there. You'll find a person is there known as Peter. Suppose Peter is having $500. So it might be possible that the Peter can spend that amount on multiple locations. Means Peter is having only $500. So it might be possible that Peter can spend the same amount of money to Adam plus to Mary. Means that e-money can be spent on multiple locations. And trust me, this was a major concern in 2005 and 2006, that the same money can be spent on, we can say, multiple locations. Basically, in case of e-commerce, because from we can say beginning from 1995 to 2005, it was an era of e-commerce, electronic commerce. where buying or selling can be done through internet. So at that time, e-money was quite trending in the market. So what basically the concept was that the person cannot spend the money two times. If he or she is having that amount, he can spend only that amount on a particular location. So this was the main, you can say, the concept or the main idea behind the Bitcoin, that the money should not be spent on multiple locations. Although multiple use cases were there, multiple, we can say, concepts can be derived from the same paper, but the main idea was to solve the problem of double spending. Means money should not be spent on multiple locations. So this was the main, we can say, use case behind the same concept of Bitcoin. So, sir and ma'am, the same manner, all the, we can say, the major currencies, what they are doing, they are trying to solve some problem. Because at least I will say that major currencies, major coins, what they are doing, they are based on certain blockchain platform, and that blockchain is going to solve certain problems. For example, we can say the next coin is all about Ethereum. The coin is known as Ether. So what they are doing, they are trying to build a new ecosystem on the, we can say, DApp, decentralized applications. They are trying to build a ecosystem of smart contract. They are trying to build a new ecosystem on, we can say, a decentralized finance, metaverse, NFTs. So basically, I will say all the major blockchains now, what they are having, they are solving some problems, and that's why they need, you can say, certain kind of coin. So I will say all the currencies, all the, we can say, major currencies, they are having certain use cases. They are trying to solve certain problems. So for Bitcoin, what they are doing, they are trying to solve the problem of double spending. So now coming on the cryptocurrencies part. Basically, what is cryptocurrency? So in short, we can say cryptocurrency is a kind of, we can say, virtual currency. It is secured by cryptography. Now the term itself, that kind of a currency, it is secured by cryptography. So this entire crypto industry, na, it is based on the concept of known as cryptography. Cryptography. Now once again, what is crypto? So crypto means secret. Crypto means secret, hidden, which is in secret form. That's why term is cryptography, means secret coding. Okay. So in short, we can say cryptocurrency is a kind of currency that utilizes cryptography for security, and it can be sent from one person to another person anywhere around the world. Means we can transfer that currency from one country to other country. Means it can be traded globally. Okay, there is no boundary, there is no boundary limitations. Means a person can transfer the same currency globally. We may utilize the same currency for multiple purposes, for doing multiple transactions. So these are multiple use cases behind all the cryptocurrencies. Okay, so multiple coins are there, multiple currencies are there. Okay, few more, you can see few of them are, you can say Ripple is also there, Ether is there, then this Monero is there, XMR is there, Neo is there. Multiple coins are there, multiple currencies are there, and usually what they are having, each of the currency is having a particular use case. Each of the currency is having a certain use case. They are trying to solve certain problem. They are trying to, we can say, solve certain issues regarding, we can say, it can be issues of lending, it can be issues of borrowing, issues of derivatives, it can be issues of, we can say, tracking. Means multiple things are there. So each project is going to solve certain problems, and that's why these currencies are existing in this market. Okay, now what's the main purpose behind all these currencies? So basically, for investors, it's all about money. For investors, it's all about money. They are doing trade, they are doing trading, so it's all about money. But for, we can say, for developers, what they are doing, they are trying to make a new ecosystem. They are building new use cases, basically in case of web 3.0, in metaverse. This all are the, we can say, new, we can say, zagrons which are trending right now in 2022. So they are trying to build a new ecosystem, a new environment, the same concept of cryptocurrencies. Now, the main reason, the main reason for attraction, why the people are getting attracted to this kind of currencies. So basically, for fast money, usually for doing trades, or we can say for trading purpose, they are also, we can say, it's kind of fast money. So that's why they are believing in this kind of ecosystem. And apart from this trading and fast money, it is having multiple use cases. I will show you. Also, I'm also having some use cases with me. I will show you about all the use cases, that why these currencies are being there in market, and why people are having trust in this kind of currencies. So multiple use cases are there, multiple applications are there on behind this cryptocurrencies. Plus the major one is all because it requires low fees for payments. If you want to do a certain payment, we can say if you want to transfer some money from India to globally and the world, we need a less fees. Currently, we can say what we required. We required a SWIFT system. You all know about the SWIFT ID is there. If you're doing a global payment system, if you're doing international transactions, we require a SWIFT system. SWIFT ID is required for doing international transactions. But that thing can be reduced, that fees can be reduced by the cryptocurrencies. And basically what they're doing, they are measuring transparency. Because all the things will be recorded on the blockchain. All your transactions, whatever you are transferring from one account to other accounts, whatever money you are sending, whatever coins you are transferring, all the things are recorded on, we can say, the blockchains. And that's why we can say that it is completely a transparent ecosystem. And things are traceable here. Bitcoin is no more anonymous. Things are traceable here. All your transactions can be seen, all your amounts can be seen. Means things are, you can say, it can be checked, it can be monitored, and it can be audited. Okay, and there is no role of middleman, because usually no banks are here. Okay, what we required, we only required the wallet, we only required the addresses. Okay, I will cover all these things also, about the wallet and addresses. Just wait for a few more minutes, I will cover all these things. But basically they require no middleman. Direct money can be transferred from one wallet to other wallet, and that's why things are transparent. They required, we can say, less fees, having multiple use case. And majorly we can say among youth, it's all about, we can say, making fast money. So that's why we can say people's, or we can say companies, they're getting attraction with this kind of new ecosystem. So I will say Bitcoin is the most important, and we can say the most commonly used cryptocurrencies. Among all the currencies, Bitcoin, we can say, is the most commonly used cryptocurrencies. Okay. So now basically how Bitcoin look like. Okay. So you can see one address is there. Let me use that spotlight also. Just a minute. Yeah, this one. You can see basically Bitcoin, basically it looks like this hash code. Usually you can see it's the hash code is there. Okay, and it is based on the this SHA 256 concept. So usually it's a hash code is there. Means we can say there is no name of person is there. Usually what we do in case of that transfer of money, na, we require the name of person, we require the account holder name, we require the bank name, we require the bank branch, then we require the IFC. Na, all these things are not required here. You only require this address. You only require this address, and then you can receive your amount in this address. So that's why I told you now that this money can be traded globally. That means we can trade the same money globally. We can receive the money from anywhere in the world in just a few seconds. The money. And if you talk about the cost of that money, you can see that I prepared the PPT in morning itself. So you can see the cost is around 19 lakhs. Okay, usually it's high volatile, so it can be, we can say, vary. Okay, so basically the main idea behind is what, that for if you want to receive any money, if you want to receive this Bitcoin, you require the public and private key. Two keys are there. I told you now that here we don't have any bank name, here we don't require any name, we don't require, we can say, kind of KYC, we don't require, we can say, the kind of the bank IFC code, nothing. Only we require this public key only. Because usually if you want to receive some Bitcoin, or if you want to receive some funds, what you can do, you can share this your hash, this public key. So usually what is public key? So basically public key is always start with 1 or 3. Usually start with 1 or 3. So if you want to receive some fund into your wallet, if you want to receive some money into your account, what you will do, you just share your public key with the receiver. So the person will transfer that Bitcoin amount on this particular address. Okay, I will also show you how to receive all these things. Okay, just wait for a few minutes, I will demonstrate all these things. Okay, but basically two keys are there. The first key is public key. The name itself, public key, means which is shareable. You can share that key with anyone. For example, we all have this username and password now. What we do in case of Gmail, we share our Gmail ID with the person. For example, if you want to receive any email, what you will do, you will share your Gmail ID. For example, my Gmail ID is pranay, pranay.iet@gmail.com. So what I will do, I will share my public key with all my friends, all my colleagues. Okay, but I never share my passwords with, you can say, anyone. Same manner, what we do, we always share our public key with our, we can say, with our receivers, and what they will do, they will transfer that particular amount into your wallet, and then whether for this private key means your password, you can check and you can verify. Here, so the same manner, two keys are there, the public and private. So if you want to check, you can just refer that this analogy about the Gmail. Gmail username is your public key, while Gmail password is your private key. Clear? So the entire ecosystem, basically, you can say it's based on the cryptographic concept, and that's why so many agencies, so many companies, they are depending on this kind of, you can say, ecosystem. Why? Because they are having a trust because of this cryptography, because things are secure. No one can say, although multiple hacks are there, so many issues are there, yeah, but still we can say, if we compare the same system with the existing one now, so we can say the crypto industry is quite safe in compared to the existing ones, because there is no issue of major data breach. Okay, so all these things are there, that's why they are having a trust in this kind of environment, because it's totally based on the crypto. The word is there, I told you now, crypto means secret, hidden. Okay, that's why it's called cryptocurrency, means hidden currency or a secret currency. Okay, now jumping into the concepts. Okay, so I will cover all the concepts one by one. Okay, the first concept is all about technology. So the main technology behind the currency is blockchain. So usually behind all the cryptocurrencies now, the main technologies are all about blockchain. Basically, what is blockchain? So in short, we can say blockchain is all about the blocks. Blockchain is all about the block. Means what? Chain of all the blocks. Chain of all the blocks. Here we can say in short that each blocks can be thought as a page in a ledger. A complete ledger is there where all the things are recorded. So, sir and ma'am, in case of blockchain, all these things are recorded on the complete chain. Here we can say we can say multiple blocks are there, and yeah, each blockchain has its own, we can say, time interval, and they create their own, you can say, a kind of environment. Usually, two fields are there. Okay, so all your transactions which are there, they're also recorded. Plus, they do contain the header part. So I will not show you the part of technical part, but still, if for your learning purpose, the chain of all the blocks is called blockchain. Now just refer this picture there. You'll find a train is there. Okay, so what we see, that one engine is there. What this engine is doing? That engine is having multiple bogies. All the bogies are interconnected. Okay, all these, you can say, these bogies are interconnected. In the same manner, in case of blockchains, all the blocks are interconnected. Okay, now please check this one. You can see that block number 2, block number 3, block number 4, block number 5. In this manner now, all the blocks are interconnected. Okay, and the first block is known as genesis block. So usually in all the blockchains, the first block is known as genesis block. So you can refer the same example, that we can replace this block with this, our, you can say, the engine. Okay, so you may refer this one, that this block is, can also be known as, you can say, the railway engine, because the railway engine is having, you can say, all the blocks. The first block is known as genesis block, and then all the blocks are interconnected. So all your crypto transactions, whatever money you are transfer, whatever, you can say, fund you are transferring, all the things are recorded in this, we can say, blocks. That's why as an auditor, so if you are doing any, suppose in future, if you are taking any audits on the crypto based environment, if you are doing any audits on the smart contract, so you need to check all these blocks, because you will find that these blocks are having complete list of all the transactions. So in future, if you're going for a, we can say, kind of audit, because in blockchain the audit will be different, it will have a different audit environment. Okay, so all your audits will be there on the blockchains. So what we can do, we can just refer all this block, we can check, or we can check all the transactions there, and then we can verify about the complete audit process. Okay, although it's quite a big topic, it's quite a, we can say, big topic is there, how to audit the smart contracts. Okay, so multiple things are there in that one. Okay, so let me jump into the topic. So in this manner, you can say the first block is known as genesis block. It is a kind of engine. Then the remaining blocks are enter into each other. Clear? Second concept. Now moving into the second concept. The most concept is about the cryptographic. So I told you now that cryptocurrency is all about the secret part. So we can say that cryptocurrency it's all about the cryptography. The term itself, cryptography. I told you now, crypto means secret. It's a Greek word coming from the Greek, so it's called cryptography, secret coding. Okay, usually it's have public key, usually it's have private key, and it also has the hash functions. Okay, now why they are using this ecosystem? Please check this one. Now please treat this example. Suppose two persons are there. Okay, the first person is known as Alice, and the second person you can say Bob and Alice. Suppose two of my friends are there, Alice and Bob. What they are doing? Suppose they are using internet. They are using internet for doing all their transactions. For doing all their transactions, it might be possible that we can say a malicious person or a hacker or a criminal, that person can transfer, or we can say the person can intercept all the transactions. You might know about that you might find all this news are there. Just check your reading newspaper, you'll find daily all this news are there, that this kind of a hack was there. Okay, that particular we can say the bank was compromised, all about the cyber frauds. So many frauds are there. Why? Because they are dealing in the kind of we can say direct you can say environment. Okay, although they also use the kind of concept, but in case of the cryptocurrencies, things are highly secure. So basically, the entire industry we can say it's based on the cryptography concept. The main concept is all about the cryptography, means secret coding. So you can refer this image there, that it will avoid all these transactions. All your data will be safe. Whatever you are transferring, if you are transferring any money from this person to that or that to anything, whatever you are doing, so all your things will be secure. Why? Because it is totally based on this cryptography. It's totally based on this cryptography kind of a ecosystem. Okay, then in the same thing it's also known as hash function, because usually all the coins they are based on the hashing concept. So what is hashing concept? So they will take all your input, and then they will change your input into the we can say output hash. So all your input data it will be given into the hash algorithms, and then they will change into the hash values. Okay. So in case of we can say BTC, in case of Bitcoin, basically it used the SHA 256 hashing concept. Okay. Now let me show you all about that coin also, because majorly we have to deal with the cryptocurrencies. So let me give you one simulation all on all the coins. Okay. So one tool is there. It's known as Coin Market Cap. Okay. One tool is there known as Coin Market Cap. Let me post this into chat box. Okay. So I will request to please forward this website to all participants. I think you all know about this one, but it might be possible that some of you will know about this website. But the good, you can say the source for learning the cryptocurrencies. Okay. So one tool is there known as coinmarketcap.com. Good tool for learning the cryptocurrencies. Okay. So you may refer that CoinMarketCap. Although there is one more tool is there, it's called CoinGecko, but usually we refer this CoinMarketCap. You may refer this one, CoinMarketCap. So you can see there cryptos there for the first option. Please check my this spotlight there. The first field is all about the cryptos. You can see there. By today, you can see that more than 20,000 coins are there, cryptos are there, and they are trading on 500 exchange. Means more than 20,000 we can say this kind of cryptos are there, and they are trading on 500 exchanges. Okay, and total market cap is also there. Just check this one. Total market cap is also there, and then the volume from last 24 hours. Okay, as I told you now, the major player is Bitcoin. So majorly you can see the dominance about the Bitcoin. That among all these coins, majorly it is dominated by the Bitcoin. So more than 41.7% is the major we can say dominance done by Bitcoin. Although it's a bear market, so it is in reduced. Earlier it was more than 50% because it's a bear market. So we can say this is down. Otherwise it was more than 50%. So major player is Bitcoin because it is having more than 41.7% of dominance. Then comes the Ethereum. The number two we can say the blockchain after the Bitcoin. So it is having more than 18.8%. Okay, you may refer this website on this Coin Market Cap, and you can do your own research based on this. You can say multiple aspects. This tool will give you also about, we can say, the trending things which are there in market. You can see there today basically all about cryptocurrencies. That this was the, we can say, the coin known as ETC Classic, and it has been up by more than 18.38%. And you can see multiple news are there. How many coins are recently, we can say, trading? How many are recently added? Okay. Also about top community. Multiple things are there. And suppose now if you want to go for all the coins, now if you want to go for all the, we can say, major cryptocurrencies, all the major coins, what you can do? Just scroll down and check all the coins there. You will find that is a listing of all the coins. The first coin is Bitcoin, as it cover more than 40% of total market. So Bitcoin is a major one coin. Then comes the Ethereum on number 2. On number 3, you can see Tether is there. Then USD coin is there. So multiple coins are there. You just scroll down, you can see all the ranking about the major crypto coins. Just scroll down, you will find that all the major coins are listed on the same website. Okay. Now moving further, you can just also verify. You can also see about that what is the main price of that coin. Basically, it's there in terms of that US dollar. So the coin is also there. The price is also there. Then the, you can say, from last 1 hour, okay, how much this, you can say, down or up. Then from last 24 hours, from last 7 days. Then total market cap. You can also see about the market cap. Then the volume from last 24 hours, from last day. Then supply, and then you can also see about the graph. So multiple things are there. And now suppose if you want to do your further research about all these coins, what you can do? Just click on this one, first one. Right now I will go for this Bitcoin. Okay, so I will go for this Bitcoin. You can refer that. It will give you the complete study about the same coin. Okay, you can see that the Bitcoin ranks number 1. Okay, and then basically you can also see that how many the persons are having the same coin in their watch list. So it will also give you about the number of coin count about the watch list. Then if you want to go for the, we can say, community, just click on this community and then you can join the community. Means if you want to know about the updates which are there from this kind of community, so you may join this bitcointalk.org, or you may join this reddit.com. One app is there known as Reddit. You can also join the this we can say community in this platform Reddit. Okay, and suppose if you want to check more about this currency, what you can do? Just click on the source code, or you may also go for this explorer. Means all about, we can say, transactions and all these things. So usually, sir and ma'am, you may use the same platform for doing your crypto audits, because if you want to check about all the transactions, what you can do? You can refer all these, we can say, kind of explorers, and you can verify your that particular, we can say, that the wallet address, and you can check all these things. Okay. In fact, this tool will also give you about, we can say, the complete overview, that from 1 day, from last 7 days, from last 1 month, from last 3 months, from 1 year. Then you may go for and you can do your research there. You may check all the candle chart there. You may also check your market cap there. Okay, so by this you can verify and you can analyze, or you can perform your own research, and you can check all the, we can say, recent news coming from the market also. Okay, so this is a good tool, and you may refer the same tool for your research purpose. Clear? Coming back on the same thing, now you can see the next coin is all about the Ethereum. Ether. Basically, the blockchain is Ethereum and the coin is Ether, ETH. You can check on this particular Ethereum. What you can do? Just click on this one, Ethereum, and you can see there. The website is also there. Means the website of the you can say behind this coin, because they do build their own website. Okay, so you may also refer the website there, and then you can also check about the community there. So right now, in case of Ethereum, you can see that they do have their own forum. They do have their own handle on Twitter. They do have their own app on, you can say, that you can say a group on the Reddit. In fact, you can also join the same community. Just click on this chat, and you can also join among the community. Means all the recent updates, all the recent news coming from, we can say, this project, you can check into this, we can say, platform or on community. You can verify all these things. In fact, same thing you can also see if you want to go for the white paper. I told you now that for every project they do have their own white paper. You can say all the major coins now, they do have their white paper. So you may also check about the currency, that what the main use case behind the currency, behind that coin, what problem they are going to solve. So just refer on this particular, we can say, that platform, and click on this, we can say, white paper, and then they will show you all about the white paper. You can just download the white paper of this currency also. In this manner, na, you can perform your own research on all the cryptocurrencies. Okay, a good tool known as Coin Market Cap. Just visit to this website and you can start learning about all about the cryptocurrencies. And this definitely, and trust me, believe me, majorly this tool is used by, we can say, all, we can say, the crypto, we can say, enthusiastic and all the crypto learners. Sometimes they can go for that coin gecko, or they may refer this coinmarketcap.com. In fact, it will also give you about the multiple use cases in the NFT also, because I think you all might have about this NFT also now, that tokens also. So you may also refer the NFT, how many NFTs are there and at what price they are trending. Okay, or the supply is there, about the volume from last 24 hours, from last, we can say, 7 days. All the things can be there. In fact, you can also check about the projects about the metaverse. I told you now that I have to build a new ecosystem, new universe, metaverse. So you may also check about the environment of metaverse and which projects they are having. Just click on any of the project there, and you can verify that what project they are coming with and what use case they want to solve. And same thing, you may just refer the website, you may join the community, you may join the, we can say, the chat forum, and you can also refer the white paper. In this manner, you can perform your own research, we can say, you can do your own research on all these points, on all these platforms. Okay, so I will recommend you to start with this Bitcoin, then jump into this Ethereum, because nowadays I will say that the entire finance industry, what they are doing, they're coming with DeFi, decentralized finance, where they are trying to make a new system for lending and borrowing. Means all your lending and borrowing are being replaced by this DeFi system. Okay, so you may refer this Ethereum platform, because usually all the smart contracts is the contracts based on the code, type of code. So all your smart contracts, all your transactions, we can say that DApp transactions, your NFT transactions, okay, and mainly the metaverse, they are built on this Ethereum. Okay, although multiple chains are there, Binance is there, Solana is there, multiple chains are there, but usually mainly na, this Ethereum, basically we can say they are having the good ones, and mainly they can say the projects are coming on the Ethereum blockchain. So in this manner, sir and man, you can do your own research on the coin market with the help of coin market cap, and you can just join the community, and you can refer about the projects there. You can check their white papers, that what use case they are solving and what they're trying to build. Okay, so you may refer this website known as Coin Market Cap. You can do your research there. Okay. Now coming on the next part, some facts are also there about the Bitcoin. So let me show you some facts also about the Bitcoin. So you can see that. Okay, so the name of website is buybitcoinworldwide.com. Okay, it's the name of tool. Let me copy and paste in the chat box. Okay, so you can also check this website. So suppose if you want to check about the, we can say, the recent companies which are using the Bitcoin. Okay, so the companies which own this Bitcoin, so you may see that these are the public companies that own Bitcoin. Okay, so it will give you the list of all the companies that own Bitcoins. These public companies. Okay, you can see that the Galaxy is there, Tesla is there. Okay, Coinbase is there. This we can say Hive blockchain is there. So multiple companies are there, and they do escape all the Bitcoins. And in fact, if you want to check also about the countries and government, okay, so which countries and which government basically escape this kind of Bitcoin. So you can see Ukraine is having the currencies, the government. Then Finland is there, Georgia is there, and there's still so multiple. You can say the countries and government are also there. Okay, and these are the companies that own Bitcoin. So the list of all the companies, you can say private companies, that own Bitcoin. So you can do your research with this, we can say, tool known as buybitcoinworldwide.com. And in fact, if you want to check the more deal about this, you can say the learning guides. So what you can do, just click on this learning guide, and then you can click on this one, who access, we can say, escaped Bitcoins. So once again, this will give you all the major companies, the list of all the companies that do escape the Bitcoin. You can see that Microsoft is also there, Starbucks is also there, Overstock is there, AT&T is also there. This all are the, we can say, world leading countries, sorry, companies to escape the Bitcoins and the cryptocurrencies. In this manner, you can also refer the same thing for, we can say, for kind of interesting facts. Want to go for it. Okay. Now coming on the second concept, third concept known as crypto exchange. Okay. So usually for all these cryptocurrencies now, they do have the exchanges. Okay, so they are known as crypto exchanges. Okay, so what we have seen till now, we have seen about the technology. So blockchain is the main technology. Our first concept was about technology. So blockchain is the main technology, and it's based on multiple blocks. Okay, our second concept was regarding that security. So we can say this was the hashing and cryptography. Now coming on the third concept, it's called exchanges. So basically, we can say we do have this crypto exchanges. Okay, so these are multiple exchanges. We can say commonly used. We can say exchanges in India. Okay, so I have taken them only from India itself. You can see this Badilix is there, coins which Kuber is there, Unocoin is there, this coin D6 is there, ZapPay is there, and Bitcoin is there. So multiple exchanges are there also in India. Okay, and they do have the headquarters in India itself. You can see from Mumbai, Bangalore, and Mumbai. So you can see about all the exchanges are there. So this all are, you can say, commonly exchanges, you can say, where people are trading in India. So they basically they use this kind of, you can say, exchanges for doing all their crypto trades. Okay. Now if you compare with the stock market, you just compare with the stock market, how the stock market is different from the cryptocurrency market. So basically we can say in case of stock market, it's quite slower. It is slower in compared to crypto market. Why? Because cryptocurrency market is almost 10 times faster. You can do the fast transactions in the crypto market. Usually in case of stock market, we can see that we do have the time foundations now, that we can only trade from Monday to Friday, and we do have the time constant now, that we can trade from 9:15 to 3:30. I think yeah, 9:15 to 3:30. But in case of cryptocurrency market, it can be trade for 24 cross 7. Means we can say that there is no time foundation is there. Okay, so it can operate 24 cross 7. Okay, but in case of stock market, we do have the time foundations. So the major difference. Okay, now coming on third part, all your, we can say, issues at the localized channel. But in case of this one, they do have the worldwide reach, because now they are the main concept behind all the cryptocurrencies is all about the we can say the mechanism known as consensus mechanism. आम सहमति, कि सबकी सहमति होगी तभी काम होगा. Globally, I'm talking about the global market. Basically, it's based on the system known as consensus mechanism. Okay, although all these things require, you can say, time. Okay, this is known as proof of work is there, proof of stake is there, multiple things are there. But usually, in case of this cryptocurrency market, it depend upon the, we can say the consensus, आम सहमति. तो सब लोग राजी नहीं होंगे, things will not change. So that's why the major difference between the stock market and the crypto market. Usually we can say crypto market is quite faster in compared to the stock market. Crypto markets operate 24 cross 7, while in case of stock market, we do have the time foundations. So in this manner, we can compare the stock market versus cryptocurrency market. Okay. Now the next concept. The next concept is all about wallet, crypto wallet. We can say crypto wallet. So if we compare the crypto wallet with our wallet now, you can see a difference there. All our, what we do, we hold all our money in our wallet. Usually we use this wallet for holding all our amount, that money and cards, all things. Na, what we do, we hold our cash and coins and our cards in this wallet. Okay, but in case of crypto na, they do have their own mechanism. Okay, and these are known as crypto wallets. So basically, what is crypto wallet? So the person can receive or they can send the money with the help of this crypto wallet. So crypto wallet store all your private key. I told you na that cryptocurrency is basically based on two keys, public key and private key. So what is public key? Which is shareable, kind of a username, which you share with all and everyone. Okay, it's a kind of a username, it's a kind of key which you share with all the persons. And what is private key? Which you can say it's your kind of your password. So usually your crypto wallet store all your private keys, and basically they keep your crypto, you can say, that money safe and secure and accessible. Okay, now jumping into the types of, we can say, wallets. So usually depending upon the storage, the wallets are of two type. Means we can say wallets are of two type. The first wallet is known as hot storage wallet, and the second wallet is known as cold storage wallet. Okay, the first category is all about the hot storage, means kind of an online wallet, means you are storing all your money into the online wallet, into the software wallet. While in case of this cold one, we do store our, we can say, the cryptocurrencies in the hardware wallets or the paper wallets. Okay. Now let me explain you one by one. Okay. So in case of this hot wallet now, you can just check this one that majorly basically we can say the MetaMask is there. So usually for all the transactions now, for the Ethereum and all this we can say upcoming projects now, they use this MetaMask. The word is known as MetaMask. It's a kind of a hot wallet because it's in the online form. Then comes the this My ETH wallet. Then Electrum is there. Mobile also there. You can see one app is also there. It's for the mobile wallet. Okay. Or we can say multiple wallets are there. But the main thing is what, that you are maintaining all your money into the online, you can say, platforms, based on these applications, on, we can say, of the browsers and on these platforms. So basically we can say this all wallets are known as hot wallets because they are in the online forms. Then comes the cold wallets. Second category is all about the cold wallet. So usually we can say the cold wallets, it's all about, we can say, they are the hardware wallets and the paper wallets. Clear? Now I will show you an example about this hardware wallet. You can check this one. So the first wallet is, we can say, is ledger.com. One ledger is there. You can say wallet is there. There's Ledger Nano X or is also there. So if you want to check about the hardware wallet, you may refer this website on is ledger.com. Okay, you can see there all your, we can say, token and all your amounts can be stored in this wallet. So usually we do have the banks now. Now we can say that all our amounts can be deposited in this hardware wallet. So basically, for, we can say, the persons in the big whales, what they do usually, they refer this kind of hardware wallets. They store all their crypto amounts, the cryptocurrencies, and the crypto money into this hardware wallets. So you may check this website how this wallet look like. Kind of pen drive. You can see there. It's a kind of pen drive. It's like a pen drive. So all your money, all your cryptocurrencies can be stored in this wallet. So you can see that we don't require, you can say, kind of any entities, third parties. What we can do, just connect this particular, say, wallet with our machine because it's a kind of USB drive, and all your fund, all your money can be stored in this, we can say, wallet known as hardware wallet. So example is there known as Ledger Nano S. Okay, all the one more is there known as Trezor is there, and these are two, we can say, frequently used one. Okay, so you can see that all your, we can say, cryptocurrencies, all your coins can be stored in this wallet, and then you can just compare with them also. If you want to go for any product, you can just compare the same website and you can verify about which you want to go for. Okay, so this is a, we can say, example of, we can say, the cold wallet in which you can store all your cryptocurrencies and all your tokens can be stored. Okay, then the second one is all about the paper wallet, the same category. There is one more known as paper wallet. Okay, so the name of tool is known as Bitcoin. Just a minute, just giving me a reminder. I have to remove. Okay. So you can see that my MetaMask is giving me the reminder. It's my, once again, a wallet is there. So it is giving me a reminder about that somebody is trying to steal your that currencies. Okay, so we can say online tool is also there. Okay, and that we can say wallet is known as paper wallet. If you want to go for it, just go on the Google and type the paper wallets. You may check that the multiple wallets also there. So what you can do, you just go and take out the printout of that wallet. Okay, so this all are known as, we can say, cold wallets because usually they don't require, we can say, kind of connections. What you can do, just save all your money, save all your crypto assets into this either this Ledger Nano S, or you may also go for this paper wallet, and you can store all your, we can say, money in this one. Okay, let me try with that different browser. Let me go for the Chrome. Okay, this one. So let me show you with the Chrome also. Yeah, this one. So for that, you may also go for this paper wallet if you want to check about this concept now about the wallet, cold wallet. You may also go for this. You don't have to pay any cost. It's free of cost. So just click on this one, create new Bitcoin wallet. Okay, so you may just check this one. That just scroll down. If you want to skip, you can just skip it. One. You can see there. So if you want to create your own wallet, what you can do, you can also use the same website known as Bitcoin wallet.com. So you may also go for the same website, okay, and you can create your own wallet. Means what? You can save all your crypto assets in this wallet. Okay, so usually you can see that the same thing is also there, a public key and private key. You can see there the public key and private key. I told you now that the main concept is all about the key. If you lost your key, you lost your money. In case of cryptocurrency, it is said that if you lost your key, you lost your money. So this public key and private keys are two important, we can say, concept in the entire crypto, we can say, currency ecosystem. So what is public key? It is shared by all the, we can say, nodes and entity. You can share the same key with your colleagues and your friends, but your private key is a secret one. Okay, so that's why usually people what they do, or we can say kind of phishing attacks and the scams now, what they do, sometimes they try to steal your private keys. Okay, they try multiple methods, they use multiple tactics for such kind of frauds. What they do, they try to steal your private key. Okay, so you may check this also. Okay, the public key is also there. I told you now, usually it start with one or three. You can check this one. Okay, and then this is your private key. So if you want to receive some fund into your that wallet, you can just share this public key, and then you can receive all your funds, all your coins, all your tokens, this we can say wallet. So multiple wallets are there. You may go for any wallets, and such wallets are known as, we can say, the paper wallet. Okay, so these are the wallet, we can say. You may also check the same wallet, and you can also use the same wallet for, you can say, for any kind of, you can say, your transactions. If you want to receive any money, or if you want to go for any other concept, what you can do, you may also go for the same wallet. Okay, so meanwhile, sir, ma'am, if you have any questions, you can just post your question also. Okay, I will try to answer all your questions. Okay, on the same, you can say, technology. Although it's a quite new universe and it requires a deep study. Okay, and it also required the study on the daily basis, because things get changed in the, also in the crypto environment. So usually it required, you can say, you can say, the continuous learning for learning all these things. Okay, so now the next concept. Okay, so what we have done till now, we have seen the first concept is all about technology. So the blockchain is the core technology. Second concept is all about the cryptography. So usually you can say the cryptocurrency is based on the public key, it's based on the private key, and it's based on the hashing concept. The third concept is all about, we can say, the kind of, we can say, your wallet system, how your wallets are and how it can be used. Now the next concept is all about mining. Okay, it's called crypto mining. Okay? The next concept is all about the mining. Now just see the mining there. So basically the primary objective of all this, we can say, if you want to go for it, you can see that mining, we can say, it's all about creating a new ones. Okay, so usually we can say all the miners are there, and what they're doing, they are mining cryptocurrencies. So mining can be done either by hardware, or mining can be done either by software, or mining can be done either by cloud based system, because nowadays so many persons are there, and they are get involved, they are involving in this kind of mining. So usually now the, we can say, the hardware mining and software minings are not profitable one. So basically we can say the pool mining and this cloud based mining, these are two major mining strategies which are mostly, you can say, currently are in use. Okay, so in case of hardware, basically multiple hardware devices are there, and such devices are known as, we can say, the rig machines are there. If you want to go for mining, if you want to create your own cryptocurrency, what you can do, you can just check the particular hardware device, you can purchase some devices, you can start doing a mining with this hardware gadgets. And then coming on the software part, so nowadays so many softwares are also there. What they do require some computing power. So usually the mining is all about the computing power, because basically what they are doing, they are consuming your machine computing power. They are taking your RAM, your, we can say, the computing, we can say, processes of the machine. They are taking your memory, we can say, they are taking your process, and your, we can say, your some kind of memory, and your hard disk also do. So what they do, they take all these things and then start solving some problems. Okay, so that's why mining, we can say, it's all about the computing power. Okay, so let me give you example for this cloud based mining. Okay, some portals are also there. So if you want to check some portals for this mining, so this one portal is there, known as mining for this cloud based environment. So you may see this one, this is called Genesis mining. So see that the cloud based mining. So usually what they do, they start doing mining with the help of the cloud based environment. Okay, They're having their own data center. Means multiple servers are there, multiple rigs are there. So there was this multiple hardware rigs. This ASIC miners, what they do? They do solve all these computation problems. Because basically, what they are doing in the case of this making money, they are solving some problems. They do have some mathematical algorithms, and they are trying to solve that problem as soon as they can do. Because they do have a time constant. In case of Bitcoin blockchain, basically they do have only 8 or 10 minutes, because usually after every 10 minutes a bitcoin block get produced. So what they do, they try to solve some problems, you can say, within 10 minutes. So they required more computing power. They required more computing power to solve all these mathematical problems. That's why you can see that multiple servers are there, multiple rigs are there, and with all of these rigs and server, they can solve all this problem. That's why the term itself is known as cloud-based mining. Means what? They are consuming the computing power from multiple machines, from multiple, we can say, the servers or data centers. That's why the term itself is called cloud-based mining concept. Okay, so this is all about the cloud-based mining concept. Next comes the pool-based mining. Pool-based mining. So let me give you one also example. So I think you heard this song also ना, that साथी हाथ बढ़ाना. एक बहुत फेमस गीत था, संगीत था, एक गीत था, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना. एक बहुत ही अच्छा गाना था, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना. सभी लोग मिलके जो है वो काम कर रहे हैं, मेहनत कर रहे हैं. Same thing is all about pool based mining. These multiple miners are there, and what they are doing, they are sharing all their computing power over a network. Why? Just to solve, say, the kind of mathematical algorithms. So in this concept, the name itself, pool-based mining, means all the persons, they are sharing the computing power, they are sharing their, we can say, computing resources, and then they are solving all this kind of computation effects. So that's why the main concept is all about the, we can say, this pool-based mining. Means the mining done in a group. The mining done in a group is all about the pool-based mining. So we can say in short that the hardware-based mining is done through multiple hardwares. Multiple hardwares are there through which a person can produce his own Bitcoin. The miners can produce their own currencies based on this, you can say, this hardware-based mining. Then comes the software-based mining. Means multiple softwares are there, and with the softwares, a person can produce their own coins. So that's why they are known as software-based mining. And then comes the cloud-based mining, because nowadays they require more computing power. That's why they are using this cloud-based mining for doing all the mining. And trust me, so many we can say countries are there and do have, and they do have the, we can say, this kind of computing environment. They're having the multiple data centers, multiple servers. What they are doing, they are producing bitcoins, cryptocurrencies, this cloud-based environment. In the same manner, the next thing is all about the pool-based mining. Means mining done through the, we can say, multiple groups. So that's why the term itself is called pool-based mining concept. Clear? So, sir, ma'am, in this manner the mining is done. Okay. Now, so many applications are there, but I will show you the main applications behind all these cryptocurrencies. As I told you now, that every, you can say, the major coin is having solving some use cases. Every coin is solving some multiple, you can say, the use cases. Okay. So all the major coins, what they are doing, they are having a certain use cases. Now let me show you one by one. Okay. So now coming on the first one, it's all about the finance, because we belongs to finance. So that's why I will show you for finance, for finance. Now check this one. The name of website is known as DeFi Pulse. Term is DeFi. Means what? Decentralized finance. So we can say DeFi is all about the lending and borrowing. So what they are doing, multiple coins are there, multiple tokens are there, multiple projects are there. You may just refer this website known as defipulse.com. Let me copy and paste also in your chat box. So you also refer the same thing. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, I think my speed is quite fast because I had to cover the multiple concepts. So I have only 90 minutes. That's why I'm just doing all this thing in the, we can say very fast and quick, because I'm having only 90 minutes, okay, to cover all these concepts. Okay. So if you want to go for this one, you can just check this one known as defipulse.com. You can just check this website there, and you will find majorly all the major projects are there. You can see the name of the, we can say, projects also there. Okay, the maker is there, and basically these are the name of all the projects in the finance system. Now basically, what is all about this DeFi? So the name itself, DeFi, decentralized finance means what? Finance in the decentralized manner means what? We can lend our money, we can borrow the money without, we can say, with the help of any banks. Okay, so all your, we can say, lending and borrowing, all your derivatives, all your, we can say, this exchange, all your yield farming means multiple things can be seen on this, we can say, project known as DeFi, including your also your derivatives. Okay, so you may just refer the same website and you can check all about the that what the project is all about, and then on which blockchain they are working. So if you want to go for this one, you can check the name of project there, and then on which chains, on which blockchain they are. So usually all this, we can say, DeFi projects are on the any blockchain. So you may check on which blockchain they are working and the sector which it belongs to. So usually you will find that lending is there, this borrowing is there, assets are there, and this tax is also there. Okay, and then you can check all these projects. And if you want to go for detailed analysis, just click on this any project, and then it will just show you on the page of the company. Suppose if you want to go for this maker, so just click on this maker, and then it will give you all the information about the same project. You can just analyze about the project. Okay, and in fact there is one more tool is there known as DeFi Prime. If you want to check, you can also go for this project. It's quite easier compared to DeFi Pulse. So you may also go for this one known as DeFi Prime. So as a financial person, I will recommend you to go for this website, DeFi Prime. Okay, so you may check on this DeFi also, or this DeFi Prime also. You can check multiple things are there. You can check all the projects are there. Options for saving, then for analytics, then also for how to manage your assets also, means the tools which are there for asset management. Okay, then you can also see about derivatives also is also there, then also about the exchange is also there. They don't require any KYCs, they are known as decentralized exchanges also there. Then DAO is also a unique concept, okay, for that governance also. Then comes the sector from insurance, then infrastructure, then lending and borrowing, and the system for payments. Okay, you may go for insurance, then KYC and the marketplace. Means we can say in short that how the things are going to replace, we can say, in this DeFi environment. How the crypto industry is going to replace, we can say, they are going to, we can say, impact on the financial world. So you can just refer the website known as defiprime.com, and you can check all the projects there. Okay, regarding trading, margin trading, prediction market, stable coin, then marketplaces, staking, token, multiple things are there. You may just click on any of them, and you can just see all the list of projects are there. For lending and borrowing, you can see that these are the more commonly used projects are there. You can see that, and these all are the name of the blockchain platforms which are majorly there. You see there, Polygon is there, and basically this Polygon, basically they are from India itself. Okay, the team behind Polygon, they are from India. Earlier they were known as Matic, so now the name is changed to Polygon. So they are also working in this same ecosystem, and they are doing very good. This we can say DeFi environment. So you can check all the projects are there. Okay, this Ethereum blockchain, sorry, this Polygon, and all the projects are there. You can just check any of them, and you can just refer and pick any of them, and you can go for the CD there. So in this manner, if you want to go for research for how the things will change in for financial industry, how the thing will impact in the finance, okay, so you can just refer any of them. You can go for derivatives, you can go for KYC and this identity, you can go for marketplaces, and in fact you can also go for stable coins. Okay, so one concept known as stable coins, because they do are stable, they do backed by some kind of, we can say, USD. That's why they're known as stable coins. So multiple things are there, and you can refer the same website known as DeFi Prime or this DeFi Pulse, and you can do your research. Okay, because the term itself is DeFi, decentralized finance. Okay, so how the we can say the things will be in the finance industry. So you may refer the same website and you can check it. Now the second one is all about, we can say, the cross border transactions. So usually I told you now that what we do in case of that money transfer. Suppose if I want to transfer some money, okay, to my friend living in USA or somewhere in anywhere in the world. So what I will do, I will go for that Swift concept. Okay, usually what we do, we require the Swift ID. So by that Swift ID we can transfer money. And suppose if I have changed my job location from India to USA, so I need to go for multiple KYCs there. Okay, so by this Ripple concept now, the money can be transferred. We can say in fraction of seconds. Okay, So what the Ripple is doing, they are also working on the same, you can say, the banking industry also. What they are doing, they are trying to solve the problem of KYCs. Okay, they are trying to solve the problem of fast transactions. They are solving the problem of, you can say, the transfer, you can say, in the fast manner, we can say we can transfer our money in the seconds. So basically each project has its own use case, and the currency which is based on is XRP. The coin is known as Ripple. Okay, so you can see there, Ripple is the name of the coin. Okay, short form is XRP. Okay, and what they are doing, they are solving the problem of, we can say, the cross border money transfer. In this manner, I will say all the applications what they are doing, they are solving some problem. They do have their own use case. I told you now that what Bitcoin is doing, Bitcoin is solving the problem of double spending. Basically, it is solving about double spending. Although multiple use cases are there now for Bitcoin, but majorly as per the paper given by Satoshi Nakamoto, the main use case was solving problem of double spending. In the same manner, the currency known as Ether, what they are doing, they are working on this DeFi environment, this new environment for decentralized finance. They are working on this NFT concept. They are working on this DAO. They are working on this DApp. They are working on smart contracts. So basically, all the major coins now, all the major coins, what they are doing, they are solving some problem. They are solving some real world problem. Okay. Now let me give you one live example. In fact, also on my machine. Okay. The major issue is regarding the tracking. Usually whenever we use the browser now, all the companies what they do, they usually track us. You can see on my screen, I am using a different web browser, and that browser is known as Brave browser. That browser is known as Brave browser, brave.com. So what they are doing, basically they are solving the problem of tracking, because usually when we use the internet now, multiple trackers are tracking us. They track all our likes, all our dislike, and in how they make money. And that's why you can say all the companies what they do, basically they do have multiple trackers. They track all your activities, they track all your data, all your likes, all your dislikes. Okay, so in this manner these companies make their money. So now the new concept is there in case of, we can say, this crypto industry, known as Brave browser. You can also go for the Brave browser. What it will do, it will block all your trackers. You can see there, till date it has blocked more than 21,000 trackers on my machine. In fact, it is also going to block multiple ads. All your trackers, all your ads will be get blocked by this Brave browser. So it will also save your bandwidth, because usually whenever all these trackers they track you now, they consume lots of bandwidth, they consume lot of your internet speed. So if you are using this Brave browser now, then you can say your bandwidth will be safe, your time will be saved, and you can maintain, you can trust, and your privacy will also maintain. Because usually if you're using Chrome browser, or if you're using any other browser, all these trackers, they are tracking your activities, they are tracking your like, they are tracking your dislikes. But if you're using this Brave browser, it is going to block all the trackers and all the ads. Plus it also save your bandwidth. So in this manner what they are doing, they are doing their own, we can say, they are doing their own work. So Brave browser, basically the native coin behind the browser is known as BAT token. Okay, so you can see if I want to convert all my trackers and all my ads into the cryptocurrency, what I will do, I will go on my wallet. So usually you can say they do have a wallet. Okay, you can see that. Okay, that till date from January, the July 1st to July 31, I do have this 0.005 BAT in my, we can say, wallet. Okay, so in this manner what they are doing, they are trying to build a new ecosystem. So the main, you can say, all the major currencies now, all the major currencies what they are doing, they are trying to solve some problem from, we can say, existing web. That's why you might have heard this term now, that web 3.0. They are trying to build a new ecosystem, a new environment. Bitcoin was developed to solve the problem of double spending. Ethereum was developed to solve the problem of, we can say, contract. Ethereum was developed to solve the problem of, we can say, lending and borrowing. Ethereum was developed to solve the problem of, we can say, that about the financial system, the gaps in the finance system. So that's why all this, you can say, projects what they are doing, they are coming with a new concept, and they are going to solve certain, you can say, problem. So you can say in short that every project has its own coin. Although so many scams are also there, so many Ponzi schemes are also there in this one, but they are trying to solve certain use cases from the industry. Okay, And in fact, suppose if you say, I will say that suppose now we'll go for the Google also. Now usually what we do for searching, we go for Google. What we do, we go on Google and search for any content. Instead of going on Google, if you go on this research now, so it will give you, it will block all the trackers, plus it is going to maintain your privacy also. Because usually whenever you search on the Google, what Google do, Google always maintain your data. Google always maintain your footprints. Google always maintain your fingerprints. And then they sell these footprints on multiple locations and then they make money. So in this manner, all these projects, what they are doing, they are trying to solve some problems. And then behind these projects, they do have some coins and they do have some tokens. Okay, so majorly, that's why I told you now. Please do your research on this coin market cap. You may go on all the major coins. You may go on all the major websites, and then you can start exploring all the projects. That what use case they are solving, what problem they are solving. So this research, what they are doing, they are trying to solve the problem of Google. You can say research will replace the Google search. This Brave browser will replace the concept of Chrome browser. In this manner, all these projects are there on the cloud storage, on academics, on the record registry, for voting concepts, for e-com applications. Multiple things are there. Same thing is also there for YouTube. We all know that now YouTube, what YouTube do, YouTube maintain all your, you can say, likes and dislikes. Whatever videos you watch on YouTube now, it maintains all your traffic. So that's why now the concept is known as D.tube. D.tube. So they do have their own native token. They do have their own, you can say, native coin. So when the people will go and use this D.tube, they will be given some coins or token in terms of reward. So usually all these projects now, either we can say it's the Brave, or we can say this Ripple, or we can say this research or this YouTube. What they all are doing? They all are trying to solve certain problem which is there in the existing web or existing technology, and that's why they do have that native coin and this native tokens. In this manner, sir and ma'am, all the multiple projects are there. You can see that for this kind of a YouTube, this we're going to solve by this D.tube. For social media, whenever you use the social media now, when we use Facebook, or we can say when we use this Twitter, all these apps, what they do, they keep tracking on your activities. They do keep tracks on all your activities. So you can say social media websites will get replaced by this estimate. So in future, we can just say that now the people will get some rewards. If you are using this estimate now, they will give you some their own native coin or token. Okay, so basically, in short, all the major projects, they are having a certain use case and they are solving certain problem. And this is all the main concept behind all the cryptocurrencies. So, sir and ma'am, in short, if I summarize this, you can say this concept for this one now for applications. Now, I will say that every coin or every token, majorly I will say, majorly all the coins and majorly all the tokens, what they are doing, they are trying to solve certain problem. They are trying to solve certain, you can say, they do have certain use cases behind the project, and through which they are having the certain coins and tokens. Okay, although so many Ponzi schemes are also there, so many frauds are also there. Okay, that's why before jumping into the cryptocurrencies, I will recommend you to go for this coin market cap, and please refer all the white papers for at least five coins, and then you can understand that what the main idea behind all these crypto industries. Just start with this Bitcoin white paper. Just refer this Bitcoin white paper, and you can check all the main concept behind this crypto industry. What they are trying to solve, what they are trying to build, which problem they are coming to. You can say they are going to optimize. Okay, because I told you now, as my also my slides now, that everything is replaceable. So things will replace. All the projects are going to replace slowly. Okay, things will take time. Okay, today also we use the cash money now, but time is for cryptocurrencies. So that's why things will take time. Okay, but in we can say for this new kind of environment, for this new kind of ecosystems, they are trying to build and they are trying to solve certain use cases. And trust me, they are also coming with the kind of new internet environment. The name of project known is Skycoin. So they do have their own internet. Now we don't have to rely on this internet given by the ISPs. What we can do, we can just join this project known as Skycoin. So name itself Skycoin. The name of project is Skycoin. What they are doing, they are trying to maintain a new internet. So for that, they are rewarding some Skycoin. In this manner, all these projects, they are having their own, we can say, wallet. All these projects, they are having their own native coin. or their own native currency. And if we having a faith in this one, what we can do, we can also jump in the same project. If you believe that this is a good concept, you can just refer the white paper there on their websites. And then if you want to go for this new ecosystem, also do. Because they are going to award you in terms of that coin or their native token. In this manner, you can just see that all these things are there. For this, you can say for insurance, if you have a project for insurance, you can say the in insurance, so many frauds are there, so many issues are there. Also in case of insurance. So now this Nexus, what they're going to do? They're going to solve the problem of, we can say, this kind of, we can say, the insurance sector. Now the trust can be maintained, all you can say your funds can be released, and in case of insurance you will be get a insured amount. And they do have their own native coin, and we can say their native tokens. So in this manner, the for insurance sector, you can say for healthcare sector, for supply, you can say sector, for multiple sectors, I will say they do have their own coins, and usually they all are based on public blockchains. So sir and ma'am, please note this point. They majorly all these coins they do use the public blockchains. So name itself public blockchains means the blockchain which are being, we can say, based on the we can say peer-to-peer environment. So these blockchains are known as public blockchains. Means anyone can participate in such kind of blockchains. That's why the name is called public blockchains. Okay, although multiple things are there, so many regulations are there, so many legal issues are also there, because so many countries they are also banning this kind of public blockchains. And in fact, I think I have read an article just before, I think I think last week also an article was there regarding that uh, Indian government basically. So they are trying to oppose this public blockchains. Usually because they do have their coin system, and they are to disturb, make a new ecosystem now. That's why government is supporting only private blockchains. They are in faith of the private blockchains. Usually they are in faith of the private blockchains. So in this manner, you can see that all your browsers can be get replaced. I will say that Chrome will replace by this Brave browser, and then Brave will award you some kind of token in form of BAT tokens. Okay. Or in case of storage, now what we do, either we use Google Drive or we use this OneDrive or SkyDrive. Now this Google Drive or this OneDrive, they will get replaced by this storage or by this IPFS. So these are new kind of, we can say, environment, a new kind of we can say ecosystem for your data storage. So in future you will find that all this IPFS or the store are going to replace. And what they will do, this IPFS and the store, they'll about some kind of coin. So behind this IPFS, they'll give some file coin. Means if you are keeping your documents in this IPFS environment, if you are storing your documents in this IPFS environment, so what they will do, they will give some file coin. So usually all these projects now they do have their own coin, and they have their own tokens, because they are totally based on the decentralized environment. Okay, so in case of this video audio calls, now the Skype will get replaced by this Putty, and we can say this Android and this iOS, they will replaced by this Essentia or this EUS. Okay, in this manner the things will be getting, you can say, things are replaceable, and we can say the projects are replaceable, and behind every project they do have some use cases. So main concept behind this entire application is what they are trying to build a new ecosystem. They are trying to build a decentralized environment. The major idea behind, we can see, this cryptocurrency and this token is what, that they are trying to build a new environment, which is a decentralized environment, where a peer-to-peer can be worked, transparency can be maintained, trust can be maintained, and things will be in the form of decentralized, we can say, system. So trust can be achieved, and there is no border, because usually in crypto industries they say that it's all about the borderless transactions. Okay, they are not, they don't believe that we are from, we can say, the currency of India is this, for we can say for the Saudi is this, for US is this. Means what, they do believe that only one coin is there, and we do have our project and use case. So in this manner now all these projects will get, you can say, replaced by this kind of projects. And in fact, if you want, you can also make your own coin. You can also, you can say, you can make your own coin, but for the same, what you require to have some use cases. If you found some problems are there in the existing world, if you found some issues are there in this existing web, what you can do, you can also come with your own coin. You can also plan your own project. You can also, we can say, create your own token or your own money. So it is possible, and that's why all the startups what they are doing, you'll find majorly all what they are doing. They are trying to solve certain problem. You can see lots of issues also there from finance industry. What you can do, you can also plan some of the projects in the same, you can say, environment or ecosystem. You can check issues with lending or borrowing, derivative, or you can also see for that kind of trading and all these things. Just check all these projects, find some gaps in the projects, and then you can also come with your own token or your own coin. In this manner, you can also prepare or you can also make your own currency or own. Build your own team, build your own team. You can start working on the same project, same use case. But for the same, I will recommend you first of all identify all the major gaps. What are major gaps which are there? Identify all the major gaps. Identify all the major issues which are there in the existing, you can say, web, and then try to solve that major issue. You can create your own coin and own token, because usually all these companies what they are doing, they are solving some problems. All these projects what they are doing, they are solving certain problems from finance industry, problem for I can say for money transfer, problem in you can say browsing, problem in you can say searching, all these things. So all these projects what they're doing, they are solving some problem, and that's why they do have their own token and their own currency. Clear? So now coins and tokens are also there. Basically, coin is all about the currency. Okay, while token we can say it's kind of an asset. Okay, so basically you can say token is a form of an asset which is issued by on a particular project. Basically, coin operates on its own blockchain, having its own protocol, while token not operate on their own blockchains. Okay, coins are we can say purely used as a form of payment, while tokens can be used for we can say payments and also for the signing agreements also. Okay, for example, in case of coin, I have shown you that Ripple, XRP, and we do have this Ethereum also. While in case of this token, this DAI is also there, DAO is also there, and multiple tokens are there. BAT is also there, kind of a common token, which is trending on the multiple exchanges. In this, we can say you can compare the coin versus token. And suppose if you want to learn from the scratch, I will recommend you to start with this same website. Okay, you may go for this learnmeabitcoin.com. Okay, so what you can do, you can create your account on this website known as Learn Bitcoin from Scratch. Just join this website and you can start learning about Bitcoin. Okay, so you may refer this website known as learnmeabitcoin.com. In fact, you can also go for this Binance. Now Binance basically is a kind of a blockchain, but they are also a major exchange, so they do have a program on the academy also. So what you can do, you can also do the same program. The name of website is academy.binance.com. You can start with there. Okay, so you can just go on Google and type about academy.binance.com. So they do have their own exchange, and you can start learning about the crypto industries, about the cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrencies. Okay, and suppose if you want to go for the jobs also, because so many jobs are there. So one good tool is there known as cryptocurrencyjobs.co/finance. Okay, so let me post this one into our chat box. I do have a time constant just for 2 minutes, sir. I am closing my session. Okay, so you can just see this one. For all the jobs are there, not only in India, for a global market. So the name of tool is what? Cryptocurrencyjobs.co, and you can just refer all the jobs there. Okay, job you can say job from customer support, jobs from design, jobs from engineering background, jobs from finance, jobs from marketing, jobs from non-tech background, jobs from operations, from product, from sales, from multiple jobs can be seen from the crypto industry. Now suppose if you want to go for finance, just click on this finance and you can see all the major jobs are there also from the finance sector. You can see there they do require the sales director. You can be a sales director for any project. You can be a manager. You can be, we can say, a manager. You can be a trader. You can be a product manager. You can be a crypto accountant. You can see this one. You can be a crypto accountant. Means you can guide on a person on basis on the accountancy knowledge, and you can see that it will also give you about the location also. So right now it's a remote job. You can work also from your home, and they do require the freelancers, full time plus part time. So if you want to go for this one, just refer the website known as cryptocurrencyjobs.co/finance, and you can see multiple job posting is there. You can be an analyst, you can be an accountant, you can be, we can say, a head of product or head of crypto. We can say you can be a product owner, you can be an accounting manager. So multiple, you can say, jobs are there, and based on the location, based on, you can say, on the, you can say, that location, either they want to go for remote or they require something we can say physical mode. All these things can be checked on the same website. So the good tool is there. You may just use the same tool for all the cryptocurrency jobs. Not only from finance, you can also go for we can say for multiple options. You can also go for marketing, for non-tech jobs, for sales job, or we can say for design job, for customer. In this manner, you may refer the same website, same tool for all the cryptocurrency jobs. Okay. So, any query, sir, ma'am? I think I'm already late. 10 minutes. Sorry, sir. Tarun, sir. So, any questions, any query? Please let me
No
know.
issues at all. In fact,
So,
we
sir,
are
ma'am,
just
thank you.
learning Pranay sir.
Thank you for listening me from last 1.5. Thank you, sir. Sir, ma'am, thank you.
थैंक यू प्रणय जी। आई
Yes,
थिंक
sir.
आपने इतना डिटेल में कंसेप्ट ओवरव्यू सब दिया, इससे ज्यादा आई डोंट थिंक
Hello,
सो कि मतलब इट्स इनफ
sir. Actually,
फॉर।
I'm not getting. Yeah. Please, sir. Please, sir.
हेलो,
Yeah, sir. Please, please.
I it's very detailed overview and concept on cryptocurrencies you have provided to all of us. Thanks from
Thank
all
you,
of
sir.
us. Thank you
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
कुछ queries हैं, अगर मैं अभी ले लूं, अगर आप हो तो।
Sir, as you wish, sir. You can also go for after the session. Yeah, you
हाँ,
can take.
आफ्टर सेशन अपन रखते हैं सर, अगर आप हो।
Sure, 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 sir.
Now
Sure, sir.
for moving to next session of CA Tarun Modi ji, how CAs can leverage this opportunity. Now I will introduce Modi ji sir. Modi sir is specialized in ERP consulting, goods and service tax, capital market, blockchain, and virtual digital assets. Tarun has an experience of 11 plus experience of working globally and currently focusing on providing corporate level ERP consultancy, blockchain, virtual digital asset advisory, and tax planning and handling tax issues on GSP. He has also set a milestone on advising projects based on blockchain and crypto assets in their implementation throughout from. He also delivered more than 80 plus lectures, seminar on the subject. Uh, he also has a stint of 6 plus years with Infosys as SAP PICO consultant, where he has handled FI and CO transactions for the clients in mining and metal, retail and healthcare. Over to you, Modi sir.
Thank you so much, Parvinder sir. Thank you for the heads up and thank you for the nice introduction. So just to be sure, am I audible, Parvinder sir and the team?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Parvinder sir and the entire corporate team, ICI branch and the Digital Accounting and Assurance Board, ICI, for inviting me today to discuss on the matter that how a chartered accountants can have the opportunities into the cryptocurrency, which we say nowadays a virtual digital assets also. So a warm good evening all. So it's just right now, I think we are just 52 hours away from the last date of filing of income tax returns. Everybody, majorly chartered accountants will be busy on to that. So in the amidst of that, I thank everyone who has taken out some time out of that to understand about how virtual digital assets poses an opportunity in front of all of us chartered accountants. So friends, from last 2 years, 2020, 2021, this cryptocurrency war has been taken every one of us by storm. Last 2 साल में आपने देखा होगा, there are so many individuals who are investing into the cryptocurrency, right from our nearby chai walas to the corporates. Everybody was into it. Such type of a craze was not even seen into the stock market. In fact, to reach the milestone of having a 2 to 3 crores demat, India has taken a journey of more than 40 to 45 years. But believe me, in less than 40 weeks, there were more than 10 crores of Indians who are either dealing, trading, or investing in cryptocurrencies. That was the craze between all of the individuals in India. And I am very sure that all of you who will be filing the income tax return right now would have been receiving many clients who has been the trade, who had the trades into the cryptocurrencies, and you have been advising on the taxation or the disclosure of their income or losses accordingly for their dealing into the cryptocurrencies in their income tax returns. So, sir, just this, as now only 2 days are remaining, but let us go through what actually has changed from the taxation perspective of virtual digital assets in India, and what are other opportunities available for the chartered accountants, which we may start looking on to, because that are very vital and important opportunities which blockchain has posed to us. As Pranay sir has already provided us how the things are changing rapidly. And as he rightly said about the saying from the Lord Krishna, that change is the only constant thing in this world. So we all know how the cassettes has been changed to Netflix. We all know how the papers has been changed to the apps where we read all the newses. So similarly, blockchain is actually entirely changing the landscape which we see today. Remember that in the early 1990s when the internet was there, so many people were actually saying that internet will be a fuse. It is of no use. But today, standing in 2022, we all know how much beneficial or useful the internet is. Even while we are connecting with each other, it's just possible because of internet. So you just take out the report of any agency, Gartner, Deloitte, EY, PwC, US government, World Economic Forum. Everybody is saying that by 2025, the blockchain will be the most adopted technology in the companies across the world. The products being built on blockchain, metaverse, Web3, decentralized finance, non-custodial lending and borrowing will be adopted and will have a market of more than $800 billion by 2025. So this such a huge opportunity lies in front. Even today, the total market cap of all the cryptos is right now more than around $1.5 trillion. So coming back to India and to the crypto, where we say crypto now as a virtual digital asset. So let's go through the journey of virtual digital assets, its taxation, and the opportunities available to the chartered accountants. If there are any questions, you can post there in the box available accordingly with you, and we may and Pranay sir will try to answer that at the end of the session. So I'll be just sharing my screen. Just tell me. So I think it's visible to everyone right now. Okay, let's move forward. So virtual digital assets, what are the taxation and the opportunities available for the professionals? Let's move into that. So virtual digital assets. So the thrust of India with the cryptocurrencies is a long affair. In 2018, RBI has introduced a circular where they have banned the banking services to all of the institutions or people who are dealing into the cryptocurrencies. That circular was set aside by the Supreme Court in 2020, and post that banking services were totally available for the institutions or the people dealing with cryptocurrencies. Then a bill has been drafted, a committee has been formed. They have drafted a bill also, that the bill of banning of cryptocurrencies and regulation of official digital currency. That bill was recommended by that committee, but that bill never saw the light of the day. Post that also, a bill was introduced by the government in the winter session in 2021, but that bill was also not tabled yet, and it has also not seen the light of the day. Then in Finance Bill 2022, Honorable Finance Minister has introduced a term called as virtual digital assets, which covers the entire ecosystem of the cryptocurrencies or the assets developed on a blockchain. So before understanding the taxation, we first need to check it out. what exactly is a virtual digital asset. So let's go through it. So the definition is very wide. Let me rephrase you into the simplest terms for you all. That any information or code or number or token, by whatever name called, providing a digital representation of value exchanged. So कोई भी information, code, number या token, कुछ भी हो, which is generated through cryptographic means or otherwise, चाहे cryptographic means से generated हो या किसी भी digital means से generated हो, not being an Indian currency or foreign currency. So by this definition, we understand that any sort of code or number of token, whatever we say, if it is a digital asset, whether generated through cryptography or not, किसी भी नाम से हम उसको बोलें, but it provides a digital representation of value exchanged. It may be a store of value or it may be a unit of account, but not limited to an investment scheme. It can be transferred, it can be stored, or it can be traded electronically. तो आप समझिए, every digital asset, I'm not saying about the cryptocurrencies, but understand this one thing is, every sort of digital asset will fall under this definition of virtual digital asset. So along with Bitcoin, Ethereum, as Pranay sir has provided you various cryptocurrency coins, they invariably fall into this definition of virtual digital asset. But uske saath mein, every sort of digital asset, sir, आपकी credit card points, आपके air miles, every sort of digital assets which is there presented in the digital form, was actually being brought in by this definition of virtual digital asset. So A covers every sort of digital asset. The point B, a non-fungible token, NFTs. So NFTs has a huge craze right now. So all of the NFTs are also part of a virtual digital assets. And then the point C, that any other digital assets which central government may notify it in the official gazette. So any other assets which central government may deem fit that it should be classified as a virtual digital asset, the government will classify that into the definition of virtual digital. So these three things are there. So every digital asset, crypto or non-crypto, right now, if it is a digital, it is covered into the definition of virtual digital assets, NFTs, and any other digital asset as notified. Post that, government has introduced one notification 75 by 2022, there they have mentioned such assets which will not be classified as virtual digital asset. जैसा कि मैंने आपको कहा, आपके क्रेडिट कार्ड पॉइंट्स, एयर माइल्स सब डिजिटल एसेट्स में आ रहे हैं. सो इमेजिन अगर आप आपके क्रेडिट कार्ड पॉइंट्स को रिडीम करवाते हो फॉर द क्रेडिट कार्ड स्टेटमेंट्स और एनी गिफ्ट वाउचर्स, every that transactions will be covered by the transfer of virtual digital assets. So to avoid that thing, in that notification, government has notified that आपके क्रेडिट कार्ड के पॉइंट्स, आपके कोई भी गेम पॉइंट्स, आपके कोई भी एयर माइल पॉइंट्स विल नॉट बी ट्रीटेड एज वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स. सो मेजरली जो उन्होंने छोड़ दिया वो क्रिप्टो करेंसीज, एनएफटीज, ऑल दोस थिंग्स विल नॉट बी ट्रीटेड एज ए will only be treated as a virtual digital assets. आपके सारे क्रेडिट कार्ड के पॉइंट्स वगैरह, they have now been capped out of the definition of virtual digital assets. तो ठीक है. Now we have understood that what is virtual digital assets. So now what's the taxation of virtual digital assets? So a new section 115 BBH 115 BBH has been introduced by the Finance Act 2022 to provide a specific taxation regime of virtual digital assets. So first understand what section 115 BBH provides us. First, a flat tax rate of 30%. Flat tax rate of 30%. 100 रुपए का वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट खरीदा, 200 रुपए में बेचा, 100 rupees profit, pay 30% tax on this 100 rupees of profit, flat profit, 30% tax. No benefit of standard tax slave. So let us imagine that in the entire year, someone will say, कि sir, I have earned only 1 lakh rupees from the transfer of virtual digital assets. कि पूरे साल में सर मैंने तो 2 लाख रुपए का बिटकॉइन खरीदा, 3 लाख रुपए में बेचा, ये 1 लाख रुपए की इनकम और कोई इनकम नहीं है पूरे साल में. और आप तो बोल रहे कि 2.5 लाख रुपए इज अ बेसिक स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट, उससे कम में आपकी इनकम है तो टैक्स लगता ही नहीं, but there will be no benefit of a standard tax slab available for the income generated through virtual digital assets. So even it is, if you are having an income of 1 lakh in the entire year, you need to pay 30% tax on that 1 lakh of income. Third, no deduction allowed other than cost of purchase. शेयर्स में सर हम सब लोग डील करते होंगे, शेयर्स में वंस यू डू इट, आपकी सेल्स में से आप परचेज कॉस्ट तो लेस करते ही हो, along with that you also deduct your brokerage expenses, your internet expenses and other office or business related expenditures. सबका expenditure और deductions allowed है, but here the government has clarified that out of the sale value you can only reduce your cost of purchase. So if you have sold any virtual digital asset, let's say worth of 1 lakh, and you have purchased that virtual digital assets worth of 50 lakh, you may have paid up some sort of brokerage or transfer charges on purchase as well as on sale. But the important point is government will not provide you any benefit or deduction of that cost which you have incurred. So from the 1 lakh of sales value, you will reduce your 50,000 of your cost of purchase and you will pay tax on 50,000 of income. So no cost of purchase, no cost of any other deduction will be allowed from the sales value from the transfer of virtual digital asset. Going further, now let's say you have a loss from transfer of VDA, that I have bought one VDA in 1 लाख रुपए में खरीदा था सर, और वैल्यू गिरा तो मैंने 80,000 में बेच दिया, मुझे 20,000 का लॉस हुआ. So there is a set of provisions available that you have a loss in one head of income, you can set off with various other heads of income as per the law. But इसके लिए specifically डाल दिया सर कि if you have a loss from virtual digital asset, ना तो आप किसी और हेड की इनकम के साथ सेट ऑफ कर सकते हो, ना किसी और वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट की इनकम के साथ सेट ऑफ कर सकते हो. सर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोविजन है, आपका ध्यान चाहूंगा यहाँ पे. अज्यूम कि मैंने एक बिटकॉइन ट्रेड करा, एक वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट, लेट्स से बिटकॉइन, जहां पे मैंने बिटकॉइन खरीदा 1,000 रुपए का और बिटकॉइन की वैल्यू गिरी एंड आई हैव सोल्ड इट इन 800. एट द सेम टाइम मैंने इथीरियम खरीदा था 1 लाख रुपए का और इथीरियम की वैल्यू बढ़ी और मैंने 1,10,000 में बेच दिया. सो मुझे 10,000 का प्रॉफिट हुआ इथीरियम पे, 200 रुपए का लॉस हुआ बिटकॉइन पे. So 10,000 minus 200. Logically, my profit was, net profit is 9,800 from the transactions in virtual digital asset. But I want you to stop over here. What section 115 BBH and the clarification provided by the government in the parliament says that even the loss in any transaction of virtual digital assets will not be allowed to set off with any other profit transaction of virtual digital assets. So इस केस में जहां आपको 10,000 का प्रॉफिट है इथीरियम में, वहां 10,000 पे आप टैक्स दे दीजिए, और जो 200 का लॉस हुआ है बिटकॉइन में, that loss will be ignored. So understand it, all the profit transactions will be taxed, all the loss transactions will be ignored. So this caution you need to provide while doing all the taxation calculation for all the transactions you have done into virtual digital assets. So like that, loss of virtual digital asset is not allowed to set off with any other income. वैसे ही किसी और हेड का लॉस भी वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट के गेन के साथ सेट ऑफ नहीं हो सकता. लेट्स से यू हैव ए लॉस ऑफ 10 lakhs in business and profession and having an income of 20 lakhs in transfer of virtual digital assets. तो ये 10 लाख का लॉस इस 20 lakhs के साथ एडजस्ट नहीं होगा. दैट यू कैरी फॉरवर्ड द बिजनेस लॉस एज पर द प्रोविजंस, और यहाँ पे आप 20 लाख रुपए का जो आपको गेन हुआ है वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स पे, यू जस्ट पे टैक्स एट द रेट ऑफ 30% अंडर सेक्शन 115 BBH ऑन द वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स. फर्दर अगर आपके पास लॉस है तो एक क्वेश्चन भी आता है, ठीक है सर सेट ऑफ नहीं मिलेगा, मैं किसी और गेन से इस लॉस को सेट ऑफ नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन चलिए लॉस हुआ, मुझे एक ट्रांजैक्शन करा वो भी लॉस का, क्या मैं कैरी फॉरवर्ड कर लूं अगले साल? सो द जवाब इज, द आंसर इज नो सर. If it is a loss also at the end of the year for you into the virtual digital assets, you cannot carry forward that loss to any corresponding or succeeding assessment year. So that loss will be lapse in that particular year and you cannot carry forward. Anyways, अगर similar year में भी आपके पास में profit or loss है, so that loss you cannot set off with the profit you have earned in virtual digital assets. So anyways, the loss, into the simple terms, the loss of all the transactions in virtual digital assets will be ignored. The income on the transactions on virtual digital assets will be taken together and taxed at 30% in section 115 BBH. टैक्सेशन का मैटर क्लियर हुआ सर? एक कदम आगे चलते हैं, एक एग्जांपल के साथ जो मैंने भी अभी आपको दिया था. मिस्टर ए हैज परचेज्ड द बिटकॉइन वर्थ 1 लाख and sold the same in 1,50,000. In this transaction, Mr. A has also incurred brokerage and transfer charges of 5,000. 1 लाख में खरीदा था, 1.5 लाख में बेचा, लेकिन इन दोनों ट्रांजैक्शन करने में कुछ ब्रोकरेज और ट्रांसफर चार्ज लगा 5,000 का. तो नेट प्रॉफिट आप देखेंगे तो 45,000 हुआ. बट एज पर द प्रोविजंस ऑफ 115 BBH कि आपको कॉस्ट ऑफ परचेज के अलावा कोई और डिडक्शन नहीं मिलेगा. इन दिस केस जो सेल वैल्यू है 1,50,000, उसमें से 1 लाख माइनस होगा. ब्रोकरेज कोई डिडक्शन नहीं मिलेगा. 50,000 की आपकी इनकम है और 50,000 पे आपको सेक्शन 115 BBH में 30% का टैक्स देना. दैट इज क्लियर. सो in every moment also in all those taxation parts and other parts, I will be going through with you all with all the examples, so we will be able to understand in a better manner. So this example provides you that apart from cost of purchase, you are not allowed to take any sort of deduction. Going further, let's say in another example, Mr. A has done the following transaction in financial year 2022-23. बिटकॉइन परचेज किया 1,50,000, सेल प्राइस 1 लाख. इथेरियम 3,60,000, 3 lakh. NFT 50,000, 25. So this was just put it, understand it into account. The sale price is 1,50,000, purchase is 1 lakh. So he has profit of 50,000 in Bitcoin, the loss of 60,000 in Ethereum, and the loss of 25,000 in NFT. So if you see all these three transactions together, there is a net loss of 35,000 rupees. 85,000 का loss, 50,000 का profit, net loss of 35,000. But as per the provisions of section 115 BBH, these loss of 60,000 and 20,000 will be ignored, and this income of 50,000 will be taxed at the rate of 30%. So understand it that way. Section 115 BBH doesn't allow you any sort of deduction of any cost. This section doesn't allow you any sort of deduction of losses or adjustment or settlement of losses also. So with these two examples, we broadly understand कि virtual digital assets के transfer पे हमें जो income और loss हुई है उसका treatment कैसे होगा and what will be the taxation onto that. टैक्सेशन हमने समझा, पहले वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स की डेफिनेशन समझी, उसके बाद हमने टैक्सेशन समझा एट द रेट ऑफ 30%. कैसे कैलकुलेट होगा ये हमने समझा, कुछ एग्जांपल्स देखे, एंड नाउ वी आर मूविंग फॉरवर्ड. सो ये तो हुआ सर ट्रांसफर करने पे. अब एक एज वी आर इंडियंस, एक बहुत अच्छी चीज है सर इंडियंस में, वी वुड लाइक टू गिफ्ट ईच एंड एवरीवन, राइट? एट एवरी ओकेजन वी विल लाइक टू गिफ्ट. So you may have seen the gifting of cash, gifting of through banks, through properties, gold, shares. Now sir, crypto भी तो गिफ्ट हो सकता है. एक हस्बैंड अपनी वाइफ को बिटकॉइन भी गिफ्ट कर सकता है, कोई वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट भी गिफ्ट कर सकता है. So what will happen in case when somebody is gifting a virtual digital asset to someone else? क्योंकि जब आप गिफ्ट कर रहे हैं तो वहां पे कंसिडरेशन तो है ही नहीं, तो आपको कुछ मिलेगा तो है नहीं. सो देयर इज नो सेल वैल्यू, राइट? सो अगर गिफ्टिंग का केस है तो वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स का टैक्सेशन कैसे होगा, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो इट इज डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम द सेक्शन 56 सबसेक्शन 2 सब क्लॉज X. सो देयर इज a term property has been defined. प्रॉपर्टी में 6-7 चीजें डिफाइंड है कि अगर ये चीजें हैं तो इन्हें प्रॉपर्टी माना जाएगा, और प्रॉपर्टी को अगर आप ट्रांसफर करते हो तो सेक्शन 56(2)(x) लगेगा इफ यू आर ट्रांसफरिंग इज बाय वे ऑफ गिफ्ट। तो उस प्रॉपर्टी की डेफिनेशन में वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स को ऐड किया गया थ्रू फाइनेंस एक्ट 2022। सो इस वजह से गिफ्टिंग ऑफ वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स विल बी टैक्सेबल इन द हैंड्स ऑफ रिसिपिएंट। मिस्टर ए ने मिस्टर बी को वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट गिफ्ट कर, सो मिस्टर ए हैज नॉट रिसीव्ड एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ कंसिडरेशन, उनके हाथ में कुछ ट्रीटमेंट नहीं होगा, नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट मिस्टर ए। बट मिस्टर बी who has received this virtual digital assets, this virtual digital assets or this gift income for Mr. B will be taxable for Mr. B। कैसे टैक्सेबल होगा सर? जिस टाइम आप ट्रांसफर कर रहे हो उसका फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू लीजिए। सो लेट अस से on 10th of July Mr. A is transferring 1 Bitcoin to Mr. B. So at 10th of July you need to check out the fair market value of the Bitcoin. Now it is a very, very critical thing. Government has not clarified how you will derive the fair market value. See, as we all know, all of the cryptocurrencies and across all of the world are in right now into the totally trading into unregulated market. So as they are trading into unregulated market, there is huge price difference in between them. Let us say if the value of one Bitcoin, let's say, is $22,000 in one of the exchanges in India, it is possible that in any of a foreign exchange, it will be 22,500 or 21,500 or 23,000. So there is a difference of value is there into the Bitcoin. Plus, the trade happens into the cryptocurrency 24/7. So when the trade happens 24/7 into cryptocurrencies, it is very vital to know from where to take the fair market value, at what time the fair market value we need to take, because there is no centralized or a regulated authority to provide you the data that in this particular time, this value of the Bitcoin should be taken. So the guidelines from the government that how you will derive the fair market value is not available right now, but you need to take the fair market value from the most appropriate means. As Pranay sir has also provided us, there are the two prominent websites who provide us, 2-3 websites which provide us the details of the prices of the crypto assets. There is one Coin Market Cap, there is one Coin Gecko, and there is one Coin Gabber. So all of these provides the prices of the virtual digital assets. So what you need to go to those websites, check it out at the time of transfer, what is the value of Bitcoin coming over there, have that data or proof with you, and determine the fair market value accordingly. So in our case, Mr. A has transferred 1 Bitcoin to Mr. B 10 July को दिन में 2 बजे. Mr. B will go to some of those websites, check it out कि 10 जुलाई को 2 बजे what is the fair market value of Bitcoin. He finds out the fair market value of 15 lakhs. So now these 15 lakhs is now the income which will be taxable in the hand of Mr. B. So this is the taxation provisions on the gifting of virtual digital assets. तो एक जो जनरल एग्जेम्पशन है 50,000 का, वो गिफ्टिंग ऑफ वीडीए पे भी लागू है। तो लेटर से आपको पूरे साल में एक ही गिफ्ट मिला और उस गिफ्ट की वैल्यू है लेटर से 40,000 रुपए का, आपको इथीरियम मिला, सोलाना मिला, तो वो 40,000 रुपए का ही गिफ्ट है। तो मिस्टर ए ने आपको 40,000 का गिफ्ट दिया, तो मिस्टर ए के लिए तो वैसे भी कोई ट्रीटमेंट है नहीं इसका। एंड मिस्टर बी, because the entire value of the gifts in the entire year is less than 50,000, there is no treatment of taxation for Mr. B also. 50,000 से ऊपर होता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 50,010, the entire 50,010 will be taxable sir. ऐसा नहीं है कि 50,000 के ऊपर सिर्फ 10 रुपए टैक्सेबल हो, नहीं। If the amount of gift exceeds 50,000, the entire amount will be taxable in the hand of recipient. अब सर आप बोलेंगे सर ठीक है, ये 15 लाख मिस्टर बी के केस में निकाल लिया, हमारे केस में 50,010 निकाल ली, अब इस पे क्या 30% टैक्स देना है? सर सेक्शन 115 BBH जो 30% फ्लैट टैक्सेशन का बात करता है, that provides only from the consideration received from transfer of virtual digital assets, right? So if Mr. A is transferring any virtual digital asset for consideration, so Mr. A पे section 115 BBH लगता है. But Mr. B जिसने गिफ्ट के तौर पर रिसीव किया और फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू पे उसकी इनकम काउंट हो रही है, he needs to pay tax according to his slab. So let us say Mr. B का कोई इनकम नहीं है, उनको 6 लाख रुपए का एक वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट गिफ्ट में मिला, तो 6 लाख रुपए टैक्सेबल होगा और जो 2.5 लाख 5 लाख जो भी स्टैंडर्ड बेनिफिट्स हैं स्लैब्स के वो उनको मिलेंगे. So this is one important thing you need to understand while determining the income of the recipients when they have received the virtual digital assets in the form of gift from others. तो सर दो चीजें समझिए. पहला, अगर हम क्रिप्टो करेंसी ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं यानी बेच रहे हैं, कंसिडरेशन आ रहा है, क्या टैक्सेशन होगा? 30%. अगर हमको कोई गिफ्ट मिल रहा है, वो गिफ्ट साल में 50,000 से ज्यादा है, तो 50,000 भी फिर हम फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू हम निकालेंगे, दैट विल बी टैक्सेबल फॉर अस एंड दैट विल बी टैक्सेबल एट द रेट नॉर्मल स्लैब रेट. ठीक है सर, आगे चलते हैं. देयर आर टू थिंग्स कवर्ड, टैक्सेशन ट्रांसफर पे और गिफ्टिंग पे. नाउ कुछ एग्जांपल्स, जैसे मैंने कहा हम हमेशा एग्जांपल्स के साथ चलेंगे. अगर मुझे गिफ्ट मिलता है अप टू द वैल्यू ऑफ 50,000, टैक्सेबल होगा? नहीं सर, वो एग्जेम्प्ट है टैक्स से, जैसे हमने बात करी कि 50,000 तक का आपका गिफ्ट एग्जेम्प्ट है. नाउ अगर मुझे वीडीए गिफ्ट मिलता है जिसकी वैल्यू भी 50,000 से ज्यादा है, द वैल्यू इज मोर देन 50,000, आई रिसीव्ड इट फ्रॉम अ रिलेटिव. फॉर एग्जांपल, द फादर हैज बीन गिफ्टिंग अ वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट टू सन. We have already seen in earlier cases of gift that if you gift any amount in your blood linear ascendants and linear descendants, it will be exempted from tax. So the same thing will happen here also, that if you receive any virtual digital assets from any relative, even if the value is more than 50,000, you do not need to pay any tax. That will be exempted from taxation. Then third case, gift of virtual digital assets with value exceeding 50,000 received from non-relatives. Sir, 100% taxable in the hands of receiver. Apna Mr. A and Mr. B wala example, take that example, 15 lakhs, taxable in the hands of Mr. B. Then received on occasion of marriage, by inheritance, will, contemplation of that, exempt. So normal gifting के provisions sir apply हो रहे हैं यहाँ पे, nothing new. इन द अर्लियर रिजाइम ऑल्सो जो आपको गिफ्ट मिला करता था, प्रॉपर्टी, गोल्ड, और अगर लीनियर असेंडेंट, डिसेंडेंट्स, मैरिज, विल, इनहेरिटेंस के वे में मिलता था, एग्जेम्प्ट होता था. यहाँ भी एग्जेम्प्ट होगा क्योंकि वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स को एग्जिस्टिंग सेक्शन 56 सबसेक्शन 2 क्लॉज एक्स में जो प्रॉपर्टी का डेफिनेशन था उसमें ऐड किया गया है. दैट्स इट, नथिंग मॉडिफाइड मोर देन दैट. सो गिफ्टिंग के प्रोविजंस जैसे पहले लागू होते थे हर किसी भी एसेट पे, वैसे ही वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट पे भी लागू होंगे. बस इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है कि यू नीड टू कैलकुलेट द फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू. यू नीड टू कैलकुलेट द फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ द दैट. गोइंग फर्दर, सो नाउ another provision of TDS. So this is the most talked about provision as now in the crypto world or the virtual digital asset world. So sir, what is the TDS provision? So new section 194 has been introduced by Finance Act 2022 for providing the TDS deductions or the liability of TDS for the payer on transfer of virtual digital assets, on payment of transfer of virtual digital assets. So let's see what it is. So the TDS rate has been notified at 1% from 1st July 2022. Friends, I want your attention over here is 1 July 2022 से if you are transferring any payment for exchange of virtual digital asset from someone, you need to deduct TDS at the rate of 1% while transferring the payment to another person for the transfer of virtual digital assets. Okay, so let us take an example. Example से समझते हैं. It will be better to understand over there. Mr. A is buying Ethereum from Mr. B for 10 lakh of rupees. So while transferring this 10 lakh of rupees to the bank account of Mr. B, what Mr. A will do? Mr. A will deduct TDS at the rate of 1% and transfer the residual amount to Mr. B. So from 10 lakh rupees, Mr. A will deduct TDS of 1%, that is 10,000 rupees, and transfer the remaining 9,90,000 rupees to Mr. B. And this 10,000 rupees, Mr. A will deposit with the government in the form of TDS for with respect to Mr. B. So जो भी payment आप कर रहे हैं, whatever the payment you are doing for acquiring a virtual digital assets, remember you need to deduct TDS at the rate of 1%. Now the question arises, say sir, कि हर बार काटना है सर, 2 रुपए 10 रुपए का खरीदें, 15 का खरीदें, 100 रुपए का खरीदें, किससे खरीदें? Every time do we need to deduct TDS? So there are some provisions for it. So the provision goes on like that. So income tax has created a category called specified persons. So there is a category of specified persons of individual or HUF. So those individuals or HUF who has a business turnover of less than 1 crore, or who has a professional income of less than 50 lakh, or who does not have any other income from business and profession. So let us say all the non-audit cases, all the individuals which are salaried, all the individuals who are filing income tax returns without the income from business and profession, other sources, insurance agents, many other people who are not liable to audit, or even having the total business income in a case of normal business less than 1 crore and profession less than 50 lakhs. Then if they are paying someone to buy a virtual digital assets, the total amount of rupees 50,000, if the consideration is less than 50,000, there is no requirement to deduct TDS onto that. So let us say Mr. A is an individual who is a salaried individual. Now Mr. A is buying the Bitcoin or any virtual digital assets of 40,000 from Mr. Z. So while transferring this 40,000, Mr. A is not required to deduct any TDS of Mr. Z. 40,000 transfer hoga and you will get the virtual digital assets. Moving on to the second category, any other individual or HUF. So those people who does not cover under the definition of specified persons, that means they have the business income more than 1 crore, or they have the professional income of more than 50 lakhs from the business and profession, then they require to deduct the TDS on all transfers above 10,000 of rupees. So understand friends, any individual who is having a business income of more than 1 crore or professional income of more than 50 lakhs, whenever they are transferring any amount higher than 10,000 to a person for purchase of virtual digital assets, they need to deduct TDS at the rate of 1%. So let us say an individual having income of more than 1 crore is transferring 25,000 rupees to someone for purchasing of virtual digital assets. Now he or she needs to deduct the TDS at the rate of 1% on then 25,000. So they will deduct the TDS of 250 and pay the remaining 24,750 to that person and deposit that 250 as a TDS. So this is the second category. Moving on to the third category, any other person. So now sir, moving on to the category, any other person. So there are so many other categories of person like partnership firms, companies, LLPs, AOPs, so many other categories, right? So for all other categories, if they are transferring the virtual digital asset of more than 10,000 rupees, they require to deduct TDS. So ABC Limited or ABC Private Limited, if transferring any amount of more than 10,000 to purchase any of virtual digital assets, they need to deduct the TDS of the transferer. Okay, sir. Moving forward. Now, for the people who are already deducting TDS normally because they are having the business income of more than 1 crore or professional income more than 50 lakhs. So majorly I am talking about this category 2 or category 3. So if they are deducting any sort of TDS, they will update in their normal form of TDS form of 26Q. So the provision for 194S will be available over there. And for those individuals who doesn't have any relation with the TDS yet, and suddenly they get the liability to deduct TDS and pay the TDS, like in some of the recent similar example, that whenever you buy a property of more than 50 lakhs, you need to deduct the TDS of the transfer. So if you are buying a property from builder, you need to deduct the TDS of 1% of the builder, you need to deposit that TDS. So in that similar case also, every salaried individual, every individual who doesn't have a business and profession income, if they are, let's say, transferring that 80,000 rupees to buy virtual digital assets, they need to deduct the TDS at the rate of 1% on that amount transferred. So 80,000 may say they will deduct the TDS of 800 rupees, transfer the remaining 79,200, and then a new form is introduced as 26 QE for these specified persons who will deposit that 800 rupees of TDS with respect to that other person. Now, imagine, friends, how big is this opportunity? As I've told you in the first leg of my deliberation, that there are more than 10 crore of people in India who are dealing into the virtual digital assets. And believe me, the average transactions, the cumulative transactions of them may increase the consideration limit of 50,000 of this. So we need to educate the people, we need to educate the clients, we need to educate all of the people who are dealing into the trade of cryptocurrencies that from 1st July 2022, if you are transferring any sort of payment for virtual digital assets, you need to deduct the TDS, and that TDS will need to be deposited with the government from the form 26 QE. So see how many opportunities this virtual digital assets era is opening for you. Taxation, calculation of taxation, calculation of fair market value in the gifting. Third one, all the TDS compliances for the clients, all the advisory related to the TDS, because these needs to be very, very tough part while doing the compliance of TDS. You need to be very, very concentrated on the information available with you, my friends. So TDS will be the largest chunk of the compliance which may be coming to you over the next months. So understand it, for any transfer of the payment for virtual digital assets, you need to deduct TDS at the rate of 1%. Now a question comes up, sir, I have not paid him money. I have taken a 1 Bitcoin from him and I have given my card to him. So now there is no cash involved or bank involved in this transaction. How shall I deduct TDS onto that? So for that also, section 194S has a provision that if in any transaction is in kind and there is no cash involved for payment for transfer of virtual digital assets, then the person who is transferring the payment in kind will ensure that the receiver has already deposited such tax for this particular transaction. Example, Mr. A has transferred 1 Bitcoin to Mr. B and Mr. B has paid to Mr. A through card. Now Mr. B is paying for receiving virtual digital asset from Mr. A in the form of card. Now you need to design what is the value of this transaction. Let us say the fair market value comes at 10 lakh rupees. So as Mr. A or Mr. B is not paying any sort of cash or bank amount to Mr. A. Now Mr. B, to ensure that his liability of TDS will not come onto this transaction, needs to ensure that on this 10 lakh of rupees, a tax of 10,000 has already been deposited by A on this transaction. So Mr. B will say to Mr. A, boss, as I am paying you in kind, you need to deposit your tax of 10,000 on your own behalf and give me the challan. So I have been ensured that on this transaction you have already paid the taxes. So Mr. A will pay the tax. It will be treated as an advance tax or so for himself and provide that challan to Mr. B. And Mr. B will ensure that, okay, on this transaction, Mr. A has already deposited the tax at the rate of 1%. So now all the provisions for the TDS has been complied as of now. So friends, cash a bank में transfer है 8%, you need to deduct, deposit with government, transfer the rest to the recipient. And if the transaction is in kind, the recipient will pay the tax on his own behalf, and the payer will ensure that the tax has been paid on such transaction. So the liability has been casted upon on the transferor of payment. So let's go with some of the examples so that we'll better understand, because these are some of the TDS provisions of TDS, right? So Mr. Justin has deposited 1 lakh on crypto exchange and then bought Ethereum for 1 lakh. So here in friends, Mr. Jatin has deposited 1 lakh in INR and bought Ethereum from an exchange. Now see, Mr. Jatin, when dealing on a crypto exchange, may not know who is the seller of Ethereum, right? So there, the government has issued a circular 13 of 2022 and clarified that the transactions which are happening onto the crypto exchanges will deduct the TDS and will deposit on behalf of the transferor of payment. So here, Mr. Justin may not know from he is buying Ethereum. So instead of Mr. Justin, while transferring this 1 lakh to that person who has sold the Ethereum to Mr. Justin, that crypto exchange will deduct TDS at the rate of 1% and deposit it with government and transfer the 99,000 to that person who has sold the Ethereum. So that is also a valid compliance of TDS provision. So either Mr. Justin or exchange. So normally the exchanges will deduct TDS of 1%. So many have questions, sir. I received the question, sir. We are dealing on exchanges. How will know कब TDS काटना है, how much to deduct to TDS, for whom to deduct the TDS? So you do not need to do anything. For all the transactions you are doing onto the crypto exchanges, the respective exchange will deduct the TDS. Coming to the second thing, Mr. Zhao has Bitcoin of rupees 5 lakh in an exchange account. From there, Zhao entered into a transaction to buy another virtual digital asset, Ethereum, from Bitcoin. So instead of Bitcoin to INR and that INR to Ethereum, Mr. Zhao has directly purchasing the Bitcoin, directly selling the Bitcoin for Ethereum. So in that transactions also, friend, TDS is applicable. Now there is no cash involved. It is a transaction in kind, and it is happening on an exchange. So for this, government has clarified in circular 13 that for Bitcoin, Mr. Zhao is a seller because he has Bitcoin, he is selling Bitcoin to buy Ethereum. And there will be another person who is a seller of Ethereum. So that have Ethereum, that person is selling Ethereum to purchase Bitcoin from Mr. Zhao. So one is Mr. Zhao is seller and buyer both, and that other person is also seller and buyer both. So as the transaction is happening on exchange, the exchange will deduct the TDS of both Mr. Zhao and that person. So 1% of BTC will be deducted, 1% of Ethereum will be deducted, and the exchange will then convert with BTC and Ethereum into INR at the time of 12 o'clock in night and deposit that INR with the government and TDS as TDS with both of them respective accounts. So whether you trade VDA to INR or VDA to VDA on an exchange, the exchange will take care of the liability of the TDS. So on whatever exchange you are trading it, just ensure that the crypto exchange is already in compliance of the TDS provisions. Coming to next example. Now Mr. Michael has sold the Dogecoin of rupees 10 lakh to Mr. Allen directly for transfer to be made via cash and bank. So Mr. Allen ko Mr. Michael has given the Dogecoin for 10 lakh of rupees and directly they are transferring it via cash and bank. So now Mr. Allen, while paying this 10 lakh of rupees in the form of cash or bank to Mr. Michael, will ensure that the 1% of TDS of Mr. Michael should have been deducted. So in this case, Mr. Allen will deduct the TDS at the rate of 1% of Mr. Michael and transfer the residual of 9,90,000 to Michael and file form 26QE as the case may be for depositing that 10 lakh with the government. So moving further, Now, this is the transactions again in a kind. But this Mr. Raj has sold Solana VDA worth of 10 lakhs to Mr. Sandeep in exchange of a Rolex watch. So that is again a transactions happening in kind. But the important point to note over here, my friends, is that transactions is not happening on a crypto exchange. That is a peer-to-peer transaction. So again, referring back to my deliberation that if there is a transaction in kind, the payer will always ensure that the receiver has already paid the tax on this. Now the fair value of this transaction is 10 lakh of rupees. So Mr. Raj has sold the VDA and Mr. Sandeep is receiving the VDA and paying into his from his Rolex watch. So Mr. Sandeep will ensure that Mr. Raj has paid the tax of 10,000 on this transaction for himself. So once Mr. Sandeep is ensured, this all TDS compliances comes to a complete dot. So Mr. Sandeep needs to ensure that Mr. Raj has already paid the tax for himself onto this transaction and the TDS compliances will be completed. So this is how, friends, it will go if you are transferring it into cash or if you are transferring it into any other virtual digital assets or the consideration is in kind. These are the TDS provisions applicable. Believe me, friends, this will be the huge opportunity available for the professionals in the area of compliance. You need to guide all of your people, client, how to deduct TDS or how to comply with the TDS while doing any of the transactions in virtual digital assets. It's been 29 days since the TDS provisions are applicable on transfer of virtual digital assets. Going further, taxation we have understood, gifting we have understood, TDS we have understood, so taxation, income, which we have understood. So apart from that, what are the areas available for a professional when we see about the blockchain startup? So the biggest area, my friends, is legal advisory. So we have seen the taxation advisory is one part where we need to impart the education or we need to consult with the people or we need to provide advice to individuals or the companies that how they will draft their taxation compliance with respect to the virtual digital assets. Now the second set of people who are actually creating the startups in blockchain will come to you for advice. How should start? As you know, India has already become a hub for all the startups. Now there has been a flood of the blockchain startups. You may have heard of the terms such as metaverse, Web3. Believe me, there are huge startups coming in this space, and they will require all of the legal advisory on how to form a startup, what are the rules and regulations available or prevailing in India right now or in the world. So let's see what are the opportunities available when it comes to legal advisory services for blockchain. So main area is the legal impact on the blockchain transactions. So sir, if Mr. A wants to do any of the business into the blockchain area where Mr. A has created any sort of virtual digital assets, then there is a whole area to make Mr. A where you need to make him understand that the legal impact of every transactions Mr. A has done with the particular project. So as you know, as Pranay sir has also provided, there are many transactions when it comes to a space of virtual digital assets. ICOs, airdrop, payment in the form of VDA in their own ecosystem, right? So there are so many transactions over there. So on all sort of those transactions, you need to guide or advise people what are the taxation requirements, what are the TDS requirements, what are the rules and regulations prevailing over in India. So right now the important part is of taxation, and India is in process to bring in specific regulation on virtual digital assets. So that is into the vein on future. We'll see what type of law, a specific law the Indian government will come up with the blockchain or virtual digital assets. But till now the taxation requirements, if you are dealing cross border, then there will be FEMA requirements, you need to check it out. So there are so many areas where you need to provide advice when the users or individuals come to you stating that they are incorporating a blockchain startup and they want to know what is the legal impact or legal regulations are there with respect to that startup. Second is organizational structure. So when an individual is coming to you, sir, I want to launch such type of a project on a blockchain, and such sort of virtual digital assets like NFTs will be created. Now, how should I pursue that project? So you need to create an organizational structure also. You need to see how beneficial will be for that individual to have those NFTs. Because if it's creating a project where NFTs will be frequently used, and if they are having a set of a company over here in India, then you need to advise them what TDSs will be applicable, whether they will be the beneficial owner or the users will be the beneficial owners. As they are the ecosystem provider, they need to deduct the TDS for the transfers of NFTs or virtual digital assets within their ecosystems. So all of these things will come up, and you need to guide them onto the organizational structure also. Many entrepreneurs want to come to you to go abroad. They have some NRI connects and they want to settle abroad and to go abroad to create the companies and to work out and to create their systems also there. So that is also an opportunity available for you, where you can connect with the CPAs or CAs or the tax consultants or the legal consultants in that respective country and help them information of the organizational structure over there. Then the design of tokenomics. So tokenomics is a thing. Tokenomics is a word which is very common in the world of virtual digital assets. एक shares, just take an example of a company. Company में भी have shares. तो आप शेयर्स डिफाइन करते हैं, ऑथराइज्ड कैपिटल विल बी डिवाइडेड इनटू 10 lakh shares of 10 rupees each. In the similar form, virtual digital assets, everything is into tokens, right? So you need to define the tokenomics. If out of 100% of tokens, how many tokens will be reserved for the team? How many of the tokens will be reserved for the advisors? How many tokens will be reserved from the community? How many tokens will be reserved for the ICOs or IPOs or for marketing? So these tokenomics needs to be designed very, very strategically. So the projects will come to you as being a finance professional. They may come to you also to designing of their tokenomics. It is a very vital and critical area for any projects. So there is a huge opportunity for designing of tokenomics. Then you need to see the interplay of the other laws with the organization, that FEMA, PMLA, that if they are dealing with any of the virtual digital assets which is doing a transfer of value, then they need to have the KYC compliant. They need to have the anti-money laundering law, AML compliance also. If they are doing in anything which involve the cross-border transfers, that they need to check the angle from the side of FEMA also, right? And if you are creating your own virtual digital assets or NFT and selling it to the market, then you need to check the angle of GST also. So GST right now is a gray area. Government has not clarified its stand yet on the GST on transfer of virtual digital assets. But as we go forward, we need to see what is the stand of government onto GST when it comes to the transfer of virtual digital assets. Other regulatory compliances and services, as I've told you, there are many compliance required for the TDS itself, for the taxation itself. If GST is there, then the GST itself. If PMLA guidelines, any company needs to be followed. If any applicability is there of the KYC and AML guidelines on the company, that needs to be followed. So there should be a huge suite of regulatory compliance and services which you can provide to the client. So see, sir, as the new startups comes in, we used to provide many areas. We used to advise on to how to bring the organizational structure, where to incorporate a company, whether into SEZ or STP or into mainland. How you do enter into the transactions, in which ROC you can have the company, where how to determine your legal structure, so that if you want to go for a funding, Series A, Series B rounds, you can go for that. So all of those sort of advisories will be coming to the blockchain startups also. And believe me, there are so many startups right now in the process of incubation, which will work on blockchain. Majority of the areas will be metaverse, decentralized finance, Web3. So we need to equip ourselves today only on all of these areas, because these are going to be most prominent into the coming years. As I've already apprised you the fact, the entire industry, even into metaverse and Web3 itself, has been expected to be valued of more than $800 billion by 2025. So this is the market size available for you to cater. And you need to decide and equip yourself from today onwards, that how you will bring or develop a competence within yourself for advisory into these areas. Decentralized finance. So DeFi, Pranay sir has also provided you a bit of information about DeFi. So decentralized finance, friends, in today's time is the biggest area where the blockchain has been used. It has been seen a tremendous growth. There are so many decentralized finance apps. So now you can borrow decentralized, you can lend decentralized, you can provide the liquidity, you can trade decentralized. There are so many applications into the decentralized finance world. So that will be a main and critical advisory area going forward. So there are so many things available when it comes to advisory for the virtual digital assets. Just to apprise you with a similar thing, that what is currently the regulations across the globe. See, because when you advise to a client, you will think globally, right? What is happening into the virtual digital assets in what countries, what is happening, because you may receive a clients which are NRI also for the taxation. So you need to understand what is actually happening globally. Or if you needs to come an organization structure, or let's say a person coming up from any of the country, let's say US, Europe, or Singapore, and wants to have a organizational setup for the virtual digital asset, you need to understand what are the laws prevailing. So just to apprise that in Singapore, it was a GST applied on virtual digital asset till 31st December 19, and then it has been brought out from GST. Some part of it still is taxable, but that is having a virtual digital assets and dealing in cryptos or virtual digital asset is legal over there. And there is all the exchanges should need to be registered with the authority over there in Singapore. Japan, so Bitcoin and all is a legal tender under the Payment of Services Act. Just a moment, friends. So in Japan, Bitcoin is a legal tender when you use to pay for any of the services. It's not a legal tender for banking and other transactions. So there is a Payment Services Act, and you can use Bitcoin to pay for any sort of your purchases over there in Japan. The taxation, they treat it as a property. So any virtual digital assets, crypto you hold, it will be treated as a property. And the exchanges should be registered with Financial Services Authority of the Japan. So exchanges are also legal over there. Holding the crypto assets are also legal in Japan. Coming to UK, they have termed it as of assets of a unique identity. They have been taxed under the capital gains, and again the exchanges are legal and they need to be registered under FCA in the UK. Canada, at federal level, it is treated as securities. So, and exchanges are treated same as money service provider, and they need to be registered under PCMLTFA, the act which has been brought in 2019 into Canada. So holding, trading is legal. Exchanges, they need to take the license over there. In USA, it's not a legal tender. So there are varied opinions right now. To the USA, the SEC treated as a security, the CFT treated as a commodity. So right now in India, we are having a SEBI to do overview the market of securities and commodities in India. Similarly, in USA, we have SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, who regulate the market of security over there. And commodity, there is a separate agency called CFTC. So security is considered some of the virtual digital assets, and security and CFTC considered some of the virtual digital assets of commodity. So it needs to be seen what virtual assets you are dealing in. Exchanges regulation varied from state to state. So there are so many states in United States of America. So every state has a separate regulation when it comes to licensing of exchanges. So in USA, there is a separate regime for exchanges over there. It is legal to hold the virtual digital assets or trade into virtual digital assets. Now coming to Australia, there it is treated as property and exchanges should register under AUSTRAC 2018. So exchanges is a regulated activity. They will take the license over there, and the individuals dealing in the crypto assets will be treated as a property. In China, it is totally illegal to hold to trade into the crypto assets. Mining was active till 2021 in China, and post that mining was also banned in China in 2021. Switzerland, to have to deal into the crypto exchange, crypto assets is legal, and it's classified as assets over there, and it is regulated under SFTA. So there is a province called Zug into the Switzerland. So they have very friendly crypto assets law over there. Then Malta. It comes to Malta. So Malta has introduced a virtual digital assets act. VFA Act they have already created for the regulations over there, and they have recognized the crypto assets as a medium of exchange, a unit of count, or a store of value. But they have not treated it as a legal tender, but they have created a separate virtual names act in Malta, and all the virtual assets has been regulated through the VFA Act in Malta. So this is the global view. Friends, some of the countries have tried to incorporate it, so you will have a better understanding how the crypto assets has been treated in the prominent countries in the world right now. India, we have already discussed the taxation and other things over here. So going from taxation advisory, legal advisory, and then organizational structure advisories, all the areas, and then it comes the business process optimization advisory also for the clients. So let me go through you. When we say business process optimization, there are so many opportunities available. See, there was a time when we see the invent of ERP systems. We are using Tally, which is having into ERP. There are so many world-class ERP softwares like SAP, Oracle. So with the invent of the use of ERP system into the business, we have seen a lot of chartered accountants or finance professionals were required to implement that ERPs, or they required to implement their business process into the ERPs, how better they can optimize their business process through those ERPs. So similarly, as the companies and the individuals now going to adopt the blockchain technologies, the similar set of demand of how to optimize their business processes onto the blockchain technology is going to come, my dear friends. It's already there, and it will come in by huge by 2025. So I'll just present you what the World Economic Forum report says, that what will be the scenarios for the blockchain by 2025. So sir, out of the all companies into the world, 11%, more than 1/10 of the entire companies are likely to adopt blockchain technology for that process. A huge leap of forward. 73% of financial services company will adopt blockchain. 73% of financial services. As we have earlier discussed, the decentralized finance is the biggest use case of blockchain till now. And believe me, friends, entire financial services vertical, the FS vertical, is going to be totally changed. How it work, how it operate through the blockchain. So blockchain will be impact in a very, very big way the entire financial services vertical. Almost 73% of the companies is expected to adopt the blockchain technologies by 2025, as per the report of World Economic Forum. 72% of the companies in healthcare or digital communication or IT companies will adopt blockchain. Imagine the scenario. Imagine the scenario when so many companies will be there on blockchain, and the demand of the professionals who understand the blockchain technology and can guide you through the business process optimization, how to do it on blockchain. 75% of companies surveyed in India, let's come to India. It has been observed that 75% of companies will adopt blockchain technology by 2020. So we all are sitting over in India, and you can imagine that what will be the demand of a blockchain in the coming years. Telangana has already created a blockchain district separately for the blockchain. Andhra has been recording their land registry data from day one of Amravati new capital on blockchain. Maharashtra government is working. Go to Niti Aayog website. You find a lot of work is happening onto blockchain. Government is very, very progressive onto blockchain. In the speech of budget itself, Honorable Finance Minister has provided that the RBI will also launch a central bank digital currency CBDC on blockchain. So friends, blockchain will going to change our lives. Similarly, what internet has done with the invent of 2020, the year 2000. So with the inception of the 20th century, internet has become a regular and the most important part of our lives. The same is going to happen with the blockchain from the year by the year 2030. So many opportunities will be available. And the most important part. So in their report, the most interesting part, what they have told is which jobs will become redundant after coming the blockchain. Data entry jobs, bookkeeping, accounting, payroll checks. These are the main jobs will become redundant. See, blockchain, we have been told by the Pranay sir also, say it works on a decentralized ledger technology, DLT. And it involves a consensus mechanism where the users or where all the nodes will participate in confirming a transaction. So the transaction is the transaction is being confirmed in a decentralized manner in the most trustful and transparent way. So imagine that right now by doing an audit, the main thing we do is the reconciliation. Debtor reconciliation, creditor reconciliation, bank reconciliation. Why? Because they have a separate system and we have a separate system. Imagine if both comes into a same system on a blockchain, bank is providing the entries, you are providing the entries, all of that into the blockchain available to you, bank auditors. Will there be any need of reconciliation? Will there be any need of accounting? Because that will be done on a blockchain in a most trustful manner. So accounting and bookkeeping, once it done on a blockchain, the focus of the auditors or of the professional will shift from checking the trustfulness or authenticity of the transaction to the security measures and the process implemented on the blockchain. Right now, what we are doing into the systems audit, we check whether the business process or the systems implemented are full in place, are adequate, with the adequate security control. Similarly, the things are going to change with the adaptation of blockchain into all these areas. So believe me, friends, going forward, the opportunity into the blockchain and cryptocurrency space is huge. And it's just upon us how we will create the competency within us to work into this changing scenario. Because again, I will remind you the talk of Lord Shri Krishna, which Pranay sir has told, that the change is only the constant in this world. Remember, there was a lot of resistance for the computers, that computer will eat the jobs. There were so many bank strikes, organization strikes when the computer was being incorporated into their day-to-day life, that the computer will eat the jobs of human will be jobless, the computer will be there everywhere. But see, what is the truth today? Computer has created more jobs than it has eaten. So friends, the resistance for change will always be there. And we should embrace that resistance and we should prepare ourselves to overcome that resistance, because this is the technology which has been very vividly expanded across the globe in last 5 to 7 years. And You just take out a report of any prestigious organization. Everybody is saying that how the blockchain will change the entire scenario in upcoming 4 to 5 years. Facebook has changed its name to Meta. They are moving on to metaverse. The largest grocer of the world, Walmart, has already been onto metaverse, providing you an experience of metaverse shopping. A huge is happening onto that. So my request for all of you that start developing a competence into that. I have tried to cover a bit of the part on the taxation and legal requirements in India, and what are the opportunities available for us when we see blockchain as an area of practice, and how to move forward on it. So with that, I just try to rest my case over here in front of you, and hope I have been able to provide you an insight that what are the taxation and legal requirements, and what is a Pandora box of opportunities available in front of us when we talk about the blockchain or the crypto world. So with that, I rest my deliberation over here. Once again, thank you very much, Pravinder sir, and the entire Kurukshetra branch of ICI for inviting me over this sort of presentation where I can share my views on the taxation regime as well as the opportunities available for CA. So over to you, Parvinder sir, and the team. For any questions if there, I will be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Tarunji. आपने you have explained every topic, every concept very well. Now we are moving towards questions. I request all the participants please post their questions on Q&A so that we can discuss with us. There are few questions, sir. I'm sharing with you.
Sure.
Transfer of BDA should be considered under which head of income?
Sir, so see, right now we all understand, we all chartered accountants, there are 5 heads. So salary, it will not be there, house property, it will not be there. Now the 3 heads remaining, business and profession, capital gains, and other sources. So as the same questions comes to you when you ask about the shares also. So it needs to be depends. You need to check the into case to case basis that the dealing in virtual digital assets, what is the nature of that deal? If a person is dealing daily, it's of a business nature. If that is an investing activity, that I have bought a virtual digital asset today, selling it after 6 months, if that is a nature of investing activity, go to capital gains. If that is a one-off transactions you have done, you can classify it into other sources. So you need to deal it into case-to-case basis for that.
Another one, sir. Who is the authority to maintain cryptocurrency? For example, if anybody buy Bitcoin in India, we have to pay money in rupees to buy. That money goes to whom?
So that needs to be seen if you are trading on exchange. So exchange will take the record that if you are buying a Bitcoin in India on an exchange, who is selling you the Bitcoin? So that record will be maintained by an exchange. And if you are dealing apart from exchange, then obviously you will know that to whom you are paying your money and you are receiving Bitcoin.
Another one, sir. Sir, your views on Polkadot?
Sir, no investment advice solicited over here.
Another
It's
one,
a good
sir.
blockchain. It's a parachain. So technically, it's very, very sound when it comes to the blockchain to develop the projects.
Okay. Another one, sir. How many countries have been crypto legal?
So I have tried to show some of the global examples of the countries in my deliberation. So there are right now there are few countries which have made the Bitcoin as a legal tender also. And right now, sir, every country is looking very, very positively towards the regulations of the virtual digital assets. Even our Prime Minister and the Finance Minister has been saying on all the forums that the world needs to come together to regulate the virtual digital assets. It's not possible for an individual country to regulate it. So right now the world is actually looking forward in a very positive manner to regulate crypto assets. And the year 2022 or 23, these 2 years, I believe will be the regulatory years of the virtual digital assets, where we'll get the doubts cleared at which place all countries stand out in terms of regulation.
So what is the future of cryptocurrency in India? How we value cryptocurrency, or how we know that cryptocurrency is cheaper or overpriced?
So when it comes to the future in India, See, right now we have an extreme taxation regime onto that. The transactions has been dropped a lot. The future of blockchain is very good in India. The government is proactively working onto that. Even our alma mater institute, ICI, is also working actively on blockchain. So the future of blockchain is very good. How will be the future of cryptocurrency in India? That needs to be seen into the near future. And how do you value? See, it's a total demand and supply game, sir. At the end of the day, if you are dealing into the speculative crypto assets, it's totally demand and supply and speculation over there. So there is no set method of valuation where you can value as of now. It depends on community, it depends on usage of a blockchain. So this is are the some parameters where you can value a project, but not any set parameters right now to value.
Another one, what are resources and tools to develop competency as well as how?
Is Pranay sir is there? Maybe he can answer it in a much better manner for the tools
Pranay,
available.
I think.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yes,
Am I
Pranay
audible,
sir.
sir?
Yes, sir. Pranay sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Sir, there is one question. What are resources and tools to develop co- competency as well as how?
Sir, tools for blockchain. Sir, basically, I will say if you are studying as a, we can say a new knob, sir. I will say go for first of all, sir, white paper of Bitcoin, sir. Then you can refer coin market. I told you na, that all the coins get there. So what they do, they verify all the we can say major projects which are there in the industry. They can refer each and every project, sir. And that on that product, sir, you will find that all the source code is also there. And in fact, if they want to go for that team to join that, how many you can say current updates are there, you can also go for it. But if they want to go for sir for development, sir, for development, there are so many projects are there, sir. They can go for that Polkadot. That somebody has told that they can also go for Ethereum, and if they want to build their own, we can say kind of chain, sir. So they can jump into the we can say Ethereum blockchain also. So multiple tools are there, sir, basically. But I will say start with the coin market cap and start with the coin gecko, and you can start exploring all the projects, sir. So if you want to go for we can say multiple applications also, sir, then they can refer dap.review. One good tool is there for decent applications. Or if they want to go for that DeFi, they can go for that DeFiPulse.com. It's a very good tool for learning decentralized finance, that how lending and borrowing can be done, how derivatives are going to be changed, and about the market trend, all these things. So they can go for that DeFi Prime or this DeFi Pulse. So, sir, I already posted in my chat box. You may just check all the things are there in chat box. So, I already posted about all these tools and applications. So, they may refer it, sir. But the main thing is what, sir, if they want to go for this technology, sir, I will say just start and join this Reddit and join Twitter and join LinkedIn, sir. Three are three, you can say, major platforms, sir, where they can find multiple tools and applications. So, Reddit is a good application, sir, for learning blockchain and for learning cryptocurrencies. And also LinkedIn, sir. So, on LinkedIn, they will find the community is also already there. So, they keep sharing lots of material on the LinkedIn and also on Twitter. So, they must start learning and exploring all this technology.
What is the future of NFT market?
Sir, basically, I'm the person belonging from the investigation. So basically, I'm a forensic person. So as per my sir views, NFT is all about the scam, sir. Usually, in my opinion, it's all about the scam, basically used for money laundering, sir. So, but yeah, but the market is there, sir. So many you can say that crypto pundits are there. So as per this crypto pundits, basically this NFT market is going to be a huge market, sir, because usually the artist can sell his art over this NFT platform. So OpenSea is there if they want to see about these platforms. So Rarible is also there a good platform. And nowadays I think Binance is also working on such platform. So if they want to learn about these things now, I will say start with the OpenSea and start with the Rarible also. Yeah. So, but for my view, sir, I will say it's all about money laundering. Yeah.
Sir, any specific industry or segment of business in India so far existing wherein any blockchain process has been successfully implemented? If so, please also explain if any misgivings come across or any defaults or any troubles during the implementation of blockchain.
Yeah, sir, multiple projects are there. As already told by Tarun sir that multiple projects are there, sir. Telangana is already working, sir. They are working with the Tech Mahindra for that supply chain, sir. They're also working for health chain. And sir, in fact, Telangana has also started its own concept for voting, sir. They are already voting on the we can say blockchain platform. So majorly for we can say they are providing voting system also on that blockchain. In fact, sir, there is also working on multiple use cases that the document release. UP government is working for that document verifications and multiple we can say sir, all the majorly sir, I will say majorly all the states are working on we can say multiple use cases. So supply chain industry is also it's a good one, sir. Basically, suppliers are there, so they are to deal with supply chain. As told by sir also that about healthcare sector. So sir, for taking all your health record, they are we can say working with this health chain, sir. So many health chains are already there, which are there. But sir, majorly in India now, what they are doing, sir, they are adopting the private blockchains. So they are moving on the hyperledger, sir. So one blockchain is there, known as hyperledger. So basically in India, I will say, sir, that most of the projects are on the hyperledger blockchain. So usually, I will say all the projects by the government of India itself, sir, basically they are coming with the hyperledger. In fact, now I think IIT Kanpur, what they are working, they are trying to release all the mark sheets, documents on the blockchain platform. So they all are using sir hyperledger blockchain, sir. In fact, one more is there known as R3 is their blockchain, sir. Coda is also there, sir, basically for the finance sector. So right now, sir, we can say multiple uses are there, and for finance, we can say R3 is there, Coda is there, Hyperledger is there. So these are many common blockchains which are mainly used in India, and we can say also in the global market, sir, because they are a private blockchain and they don't require any kind of cryptocurrencies because they don't work on any crypto projects. So that's why this R3, Coda, Hyperledger, these all other blockchains which are mainly be used in India, sir.
This one from income tax. If Section 115 BBH is applicable in current assessment year 2022-23, the state taxation of VD applicable for previous year 21-22 also.
That's
No,
sir
sir.
can take.
No, sir. No, sir. This this is applicable from financial year 2020, 22, and 23 only. So from the earlier financial years, like the for right now for which we are filing the income tax return, Section 115 BBBH is not applicable. So whatever the income from the virtual digital assets are there, that is taxable as per the existing provisions. Whatever the income is there, because income tax deals with all sorts of income, right? Even from the income is gambling is taxed over there. So it's not like that that specific taxation regime has come from 1st of April 2022. Previous to that, there was no taxation was there. Whatever the income or losses are there, that will be taxable as per the earlier laws which are there into the income tax, but it is taxable. Normal, not under 115 BBH till 31st March.
Abhi, now every question has been answered. There is no more questions, sir. Close. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pranay, sir. Thank you,
sir.
Tarun, sir,
Thank you,
for
sir.
your time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Parvinder
Thank you
sir,
all
for your time
participants
in this
in
in
the
time of 31st July.
ITR festival last 31st July.
Thank you, sir, for
Thank you,
inviting.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day and a good evening to all.